Hello, everyone, and welcome to a something new that we are doing this year. As you all know, we have previously done a Dungeons and Dragons podcast called the Dunes of Saefham. However, one of our players is needing to take a hiatus from that campaign, and therefore we are leading forward with this new campaign called the Crimson Talons. I am joined today with returning players Deon and Ashton. And we've
Hello.
brought a new member to the team. John, if you would like to introduce yourself and say hello to everyone.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Happy to be here. It's an honor and a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to playing some D&D.
Hell yeah. And with that, we are going to go ahead and kick off the usual things that we would start with the beginning of a campaign. So, for starters, I would like the players to go ahead and introduce their characters. And then, after they're done introducing their characters, I will jump a little bit into the lore and backstory of this campaign before we jump right into the adventure. So, how about we have the newest member go first? John, would you please introduce your character to us?
Yeah, for sure. So my character's name is Corvus Galeswinger. A little bit about him is he grew up on a mercantile island, commonly traded. It's on commonly accessed trade routes and whatnot. So he left his home when he was a late teenager to see the world and get some adventure on a merchant ship. But that merchant ship was raided by Davy Jones's crew, his pirate crew, and he ended up being press ganged into it in order to survive. He didn't want to be executed. So over time he kind of uh, morphed from a human. He's a human, full human originally, but he morphed into a sort of the hammerhead guy. Essentially, was the inspiration from Pirates of the Caribbean, and ultimately ends up being separated from the Dutchman and regaining his free will and is able to sever his hold somewhat from the ship. But his ultimate quest is to find Calypso and be able to be freed from the curse and return to his human form. So yeah, that's my character. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Next, we will, and also, would you mind telling the people what class and like what your class is and what race you're playing?
Yeah, that's my bad. He's a pirate essentially. He's a swashbuckler pirate. And what was the other part of the question? Sorry.
Your race.
Oh, the race. Yeah, he's human. He's a cursed human, variant human.
Sounds good. It looks like Dion's Dion's Discord is up. So, Ashton, would you please introduce us to your character?
Absolutely. I am going to start off with just some of the base details as far as class and race before I dive into a bit of the backstory. So, I am playing a character known as Adam, who is a copper dragonborn who is also a bard. I am a bit of a smuggler and kind of picked our buddy Dion, or he'll introduce himself in a mere moment. Uh, During my adventures or on one of my smuggle routes, but you don't tell the law that. And kind of a playful sort, but very quick-witted. So I'm very excited to see what challenges our dear dungeon master will throw our way.
All right. And Ashton, I same thing that I did with John. Could you, I believe you said your class already in your race.
Yep.
Awesome. Uh, is Dion? Is your thing still acting up?
I I certainly hope you can hear me. How is
We
it?
can hear. We
Loud
can
and
hear you.
clear.
Cool.
Coming in.
As long as that works. So, apparently the internet is bad in the sticks. Uh, I'm Deon, and today for this campaign, campaign, I will be playing as Ahtin, the plasmoid ascendant dragon monk. I don't know if we set our levels, but level 7. Gel is the first plasmoid ever, I think, and I don't know. Some time ago, I was just a slime, possibly a gelatinous cube, possibly a very small part of a gelatinous cube, and I ate this weird multicolored liquid when some smuggler dude spilled it on me, and then I started thinking, and now I keep thinking, and I guess I'm friends with Adam now. So I punch things.
It's alive.
Was wondering where that
Yes,
drink went.
yes I am.
Indeed. Alrighty. So to go ahead and kick off into the backstory portion of this campaign, unless the players have any more introductions that they would like to do themselves.
I'd say I'm good to go.
Alrighty.
Ready when you are.
Only thing I can, yeah, we're good.
Wonderful. All right. So to go ahead and also, I apologize in advance. I'm so used to staring at my laptop webcam that I now need to actually remember to look at the actual camera that is posted across the table from me. So in this campaign, our players are part of a group called the Crimson Talons. They are the most elite monster hunter guild in the realm. To quote Deon, it is amazing what people think of you when you control your own press reports. Our players are I know every time I tell people about this campaign, that's one of the things that I actually tell them. I tell them, I'm like, yeah, and Deon said it's a wonderful thing what people think of you when you control your own press release. So Deon's sentence made history in this campaign and is now part of the backstory. But no, so our players are acting as they are trainees in the Crimson Talons. And I have a actual description somewhere on my laptop. All right, here it is. So as I said earlier, our three players, Adam, Corvus, and Gel, are working for the best monster hunter guild in the realm, the Crimson Talons. The Crimson Talons are known for their abilities to get the job done no matter the cost. While the death rate is very high within the guild, those that survive go on to become legends in the monster hunting community. Sponsorships from big-name blacksmiths and wizards start to pour in, everyone wanting these heroes to use their magic items. At the top of the guild sits Talon Master Hendrix, a dragonborn paladin who is known for his magical shield that makes it seem like he never takes damage. Below the Talon Master sit the Talon Lords, then the Talon Shields. Each Talon Lord is assigned 10 Talon Shields, who in turn are each assigned 5 Talon recruits to train in the ways of the Talons. You three, right now, are training under Talon Shield Robin, the elusive and surprisingly energetic Tuxedo Tabaxi. Known for using 2 short swords, he's also known for never needing to use more than 2 strikes against a human foe. Having recently passed training, the 3 of you have been sent to the small town of Balewood. Reports have been pouring in of vampires in the night and the smell of rotting flesh coming from the nearby graveyard. Your other 2 Talon trainees were sent before you, and Talon Shield Robin has every faith in your ability not to die, as they did not report in. So our players find themselves on the road, either on horseback or on foot. That is up to them. Yes, they find themselves on the road heading to the small town of Balewood. And with that, I now pass it over to the players for the lovely thing in D&D, role play. Players, as you are on the road, it is about 5 p.m. The sun is just starting to set over the mountains. You're walking through a dirt path through the forest. Are trees on either side of you. On some cases, there's a little bit of like an overgrowth, and in other places, there is not, and the sun is beating down, creating kind of pockets of beautifully colored light as everywhere else around you also starts to become dark.
How far out are we from the town? Will we make it before dark, or is it?
Or are we going camping?
Yeah.
Um, let's see. You are about 4 hours from the town right now, so it will take you.
Alright.
You will need to camp overnight.
It's
All
not too
right,
bad.
lads.
Sure.
Do we wanna look for a spot to camp before dark comes in?
Might be a
I would
good
say this
idea.
is a wise idea.
All right
Yeah.
then. Evan,
Yeah.
what role?
Can we roll perception or investigation or?
Yeah, sorry, John. I'm having a pretty hard time hearing you.
Oh,
You're all good though. Yes. Roll for yes. Whoever's going to go look for a campsite, please make me a perception check.
okay. Can multiple people make it or just one?
Yeah, multiple people can do it. You can give the help action if you want someone to roll with advantage. Otherwise, all three of you are free to roll your own individual rolls.
All right, that's a 16 from Gal.
18 from Corvus.
Adam,
Alright.
are you looking?
I am looking. I got an 18. Yeah, 18.
All right, so Adam and Corvus, you guys happen to actually none of y'all have dark vision, right?
I have dark vision.
I do
Wonderful.
too, because of my curse, basically gives me the ability to see underwater, which would be dark vision, right?
You know what? I'll let it roll. I'll let it slide.
Awesome, thank you.
So poor Adam just don't have dark vision. Okay.
Can't see.
You can't see shit, little lizard eyes. All right, so Corvus, you're able to spot kind of a clearing that would make for a pretty good campsite. There is no overgrowth. So it looks like it's just a plain clearing, no overgrowth from the trees. Excuse me. And you are able to, and you can tell that you'd be able to go set up camp in there.
Hey, look at that clearing over there. You see that, Adam?
How dark
I
is
don't
it, Evan?
think Adam can see in the dark still.
Not even if I pointed out? Okay. I wasn't sure if we were close
I can
enough.
look
Oh
in
no,
your
that was me
direction.
making fun of Adam.
Oh,
I certainly hope he can see it. That was more just me making fun of him.
There's
I think
enough
your
light that
slime's
Adam
talking.
is able to see it.
Okay, cool. So yes, I can see what you're pointing at, even though I don't possess the dark vision you do.
Yeah, I think that's a nice flat area. We can probably find a rock or two, make a good set of pillows, make a fire, or not. That would probably attract attention. I don't know. Gail, what do you think? Come here.
I'm fine with a fire. I don't know. What do you
All right.
want?
How cold is it, Evan?
Ooh, that's the first time I've been asked that question. Let's see. You're in the forest. It's starting to get dark. I would say it's starting to decline. I would probably say right now it's about 60, 65 degrees outside.
Well, unless we plan on snuggling each other. And I don't know about you, but snuggling with this shark is not really advised. If you want to stay
Your
warm, we
skin
should
as
probably
rough as
light a fire.
sandpaper.
Well, that too. We can be surprisingly soft though, but that's a different matter entirely. Yeah, fire.
Yep.
All right. So since we've obviously camped several times together,
Mhm.
Gel is always on fire, or on fire duty. So I go gather sticks, and then I punch the stick pile, and it bursts into flames.
Nice.
Also, before I punch it, I go from my normal, just kind of glassy, transparent to kind of a swirling red and gold.
Ooh. It always amazes me how you can change color like that.
Very artistic. You'd make for a noble's bloody, what do they call them? They're from the eastern regions. Shoot. They're basically these glowy lamps. Noblemen love them. You would make a fine live version of that. We could actually probably sell you for a lot of money.
We are not
And
selling
steal you
Gal.
back. Well, it wouldn't be permanent.
No! We
No,
don't
bring this
sell
up
our
literally
comrade.
every time I do this.
it wouldn't be permanent. We could just take
I-
him back.
Literally every time I light a fire. You cannot keep doing this to me.
I'm just saying, okay?
Corvus,
I'm
we
just
are
saying.
not going to be doing this.
The
Just need to
option
put
is
that
there.
idea down and leave it, never to be spoken of again.
Here, Corvus, take my hunting trap. Go find some food.
You should at least do it at bars, is all I'm saying. I say as I grab the equipment and I go stalk into the forest.
I don't
All right.
understand why he wants to sell you so much.
I don't know. Pirate, cursed, probably greed.
It's probably greed.
All right, Corvus, as you walk away from the group into the forest to go ahead and place some hunts, go ahead and make me a survival check, please.
Nice. All right. Ooh, I rolled a 7, and my modifier is 4, so 11 in total.
All right, so you are Gel. How many traps did you hand Corvus, and what kind of animals are they for?
So I have one bear trap as my hunting trap. I can also just go and find stuff as a part of being an outlander. He just irritated me.
All right, so Corvus, you said an 11.
Yes.
You are able to get the bear trap set up, but you're trying to cover it in leaves and sticks to kind of create the illusion that it's hidden. It does not go very well.
Uh-oh.
That should do
So-
it, right? These stupid land animals. What? Go ahead, sorry.
No, that was it.
Okay. Yeah. That should do it, right? Yeah. I definitely won't step on this. Don't step on it.
Make a
and-
luck roll.
Okay. Oh, hang on. 16.
Yeah, you do not step on the bear trap. You are able
Okay,
to
good.
successfully walk around it and not step on your own trap.
That would have been embarrassing. Can I make a perception check for anything that might be around me in the forest?
What exactly would you be looking for in specific?
Nearby predators, bandits, or I don't know, anything to be concerned about just when you're camping out in the woods.
Yeah, I would say do investigation instead.
Investigation, that's fair. All right. Modifier 0. Okay. 13.
You see a little. You can see what you think are boot prints heading. So if your camp, all right. So now, oh shit! I actually do need the. No, actually, everyone's watching my screen, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. So you can all see the hand movements that I do. Cool. All right. So your camp is down here, right? Corvus, you went up from the camp. You went this way,
Mhm.
and then you put the bear trap here. You see the footprints going off in this direction. So
Okay.
like northwest or
Okay. How
northeast. Yes.
am I able to tell how recent they are?
make a survival check.
14 plus 4, 18.
You can tell that they're no more than a couple hours old. They look
Okay.
freshly stomped kind of into the dirt.
I go back to the camp and notify the team of the footprints and tell them I'm going to investigate it and invite them to come along if they want.
I'll join you, Corvus, just because I don't need you getting killed and getting blamed for your death.
Ah, well, that's kind of you to look after an aquatic creature out of its element.
I mean, basically all we have set up here is the fire, so I'll come too.
But that fire took you so long, Gal. Are you sure?
I turn like a very pale blue and punch the fire out.
Ah, well, no going back now.
See, I'm telling you, it's an amazing bar trick. Like, I don't know why you don't capitalize
Corvus, no!
on it. That's all I'm saying.
Look, Gel will fight you, and I'm not going to stop him.
That's all I'm saying, okay? When the hot tiefling barmaids come over, you could be helping us out, all right? That's all I'm saying.
We need to put you into like some
We need to focus.
therapy.
In the months that you guys have been traveling with Corvus, you swear that you've never seen him bluff. You thought it was impossible for hammerhead sharks to bluff, but yet is when he made that statement about the hot tiefling barmaids, you could just see the blush very clear on his face.
That's all I'm saying.
You
That
need to
shit
get out more.
radiates.
You could be you're already one of the team, but you could be one of the Boy Scouts. That's all I'm saying. All right, we need to focus up. We don't know who these.
Not focused.
Shut up. All right, these tracks are a couple hours old, so they're probably not in the immediate area, but that doesn't mean that they're not a threat. So I figured we could, err on the better part of caution and check them out. What do you guys think? Should we follow them?
Erring on the
at least see him, yeah.
All right.
Oh, this could either A, turn into something much worse than we imagined, or B, it just turn out to be a very small threat that we could easily pick off. So, depending on the threat,
or just, people. We're near a town.
This is also true.
Or C, the dungeon master is going to have to use the same battle map twice, and the players aren't allowed to complain about it. But let's let them let them follow the blueprints.
Evan, stop saying the quiet part out loud.
Exactly.
The winds are whispering sweet threats to us, everyone.
Threats? I don't think there is such a thing as a sweet threat. But anyways, let's go.
Also, Corvus, where did you set up my trap? Just in case we need to sprint back. I don't want to lose it.
Do I remember?
Make me a history check.
Just put it down?
You fucking better. It's one of the things I own.
And all right. Well, my history check was a 4. Let me check my modifier. It's a 0. All right, yeah. How's a 4 do?
Hope you don't step on it.
Yeah.
So if I glare at him, does that count as the help action?
Yes, I'm gonna let that count as the help action.
Wait,
Corvus, you may roll again.
Also, just another quick physical descriptor of Gel. So Gel is a kind of, so he's pretty much transparent. Colors depend on what element he's using at the time, but in order to make people a little more comfortable, he has a pair of marbles that he keeps up in his quote-unquote head to serve as eyes. He doesn't see out of them. He sees out of just a bunch of photoreceptive cells that he creates and moves around his body. But anytime he's looking at someone, or someone's making eye contact with him, you're just looking directly at a pair of marbles.
That is amazing.
I look at those marbles and smile sheepishly, because as helpful as those marbles are to make conversation with you, you yourself are very helpful with helping me remember because I rolled a 3, and I look at you and say, why are you concerned? You're practically a cup of tapioca. You're not gonna get hurt. I think, right?
It's not
I
about
look
getting
at him.
hurt. It's not about getting hurt. It's my trap. Do you know how few things I own? Look in my interior. That is literally all the stuff I own.
Wait, so you're telling me you
I
carried that
just
with you?
yes. You
In
do
you?
you not look at in my direction in the
No,
moment
I
we've
was
been
looking
traveling
for a
together?
place to camp, not at you. I ogle tieflings, not
So
you.
pervert. So another thing, like the marbles, just all of his equipment except for the company vest that he wears and a backpack. Everything else that wouldn't be digested by his enzymes, he just
Mhm.
has floating in him. So like
Oh,
there's a
that's
crowbar, there's rope, there's sealed tins with like rations and such in them, ball bearings, throwing darts.
so you're like a bag of holding, just as long as we don't exceed your BMI.
Yep.
That's
A
really cool.
heavy ball on a long rope that may come up later. But yeah, Gale
Impressive.
just has things floating in him.
Not at all
Anyway, I'm
intrigued. That is interesting. Not at all concerning.
Not concerning for you now.
No, definitely not.
Who knows
Good
about
lord.
later, though?
But yeah, be careful. Watch where you step. I have no. It was somewhere north of the camp. I can tell you that much. I don't remember much other than that. But we're north of the camp, so watch where you step. I did put some shrubs on it. That's all I can tell you. So don't go walking in any shrubs.
Did you hide
okay.
it
I'm
well?
going to before we leave this campsite, I'm going to take one of my darts and scratch a mark into a tree so that I can find this place and then go north from here to look for the trap after we deal with this footprint shit.
Sounds good.
All right. Do we follow the tracks?
Well, now we do, since you lost the trap.
Well, did you lead
Hey,
us
hey,
to the
hey!
trap or to the
Misplaced.
tracks?
It's still
Yeah,
there.
can you find the
Okay.
footprints?
It's still there. All right. I've only misplaced it.
I would also like to look for the trap on the way there.
Well, it's not far from the tracks. Hey, maybe the person will walk into the trap and we'll find both to kill two birds with one stone. Shoot two.
Again, this might just be a civilian.
Well, hey, you shoot two civilians with one bullet. I mean,
Why are you
What
shooting
the
shit.
heck?
civilians?
Why the hell are you
What?
shooting civilians?
Don't worry about it. Just
We're,
don't worry about it. I'm putting it
we're
behind me.
supposed to be the good guys. You know
Yeah,
that,
we
right?
are the good guys. Okay, I am a good guy. I'm a good person. Shut up. All right, let's follow the tracks. All right.
You're not making a very good case for yourself. I'm just saying.
So, step one, John, you have to find the tracks again.
Okay. History check.
Yes. If you want to do it, yeah, do another history.
Oh,
check.
nat 20, baby.
Nice.
Yep.
Only he got
And
there
then,
to find the trap.
yep. Adam, Corvus, Gel, roll me a perception, please.
As you wish.
21.
15.
Corvus, good sir.
Oh, wait. Am I rolling? Wait, what am I rolling? I'm sorry. What?
Perception.
Oh, perception. Uh, rolled a 14. What do I get for my perception? Plus 4, 18.
Okay, yeah, you guys are all fine. So all three of you spot the very poorly, shoddily covered bear trap as Corvus suddenly, like, almost kind of like in a cartoon, you just see the light bulb just pops up above his head, and he just does a 180 and just books it into the forest. Finds the tracks and is like, and basically tells you, I points to the tracks, and then all of you, including Corvus yourself, look directly next to him, and you see the bear trap.
Is it bad I wanted him to step in it?
The push action does exist.
Hey.
I don't know, Deon, what do you
You're
think?
going to lose. He's so much stronger than you.
Yeah. Good luck with that, sir.
20 plus 11 strength. And arm wrestling.
I don't think I'm gonna sabotage you just yet.
Well, you're better than that. See?
That's what you think.
All right, I'm gonna. Is there even
You make it count.
game in this forest, Evan?
Yes, there are. You've heard deer you've heard deer and other small creatures that I don't know because I don't hunt. Wolves.
That's fine.
Yeah, there's
Uh,
game in the forest.
okay. Um, before I do anything with the trap, so the tracks are right here.
Yes.
All right. I note the trap, and then I want to look at these tracks and see what's what.
So like you looking for like boot tread or like how many pairs
Yeah,
of
I want to
boots,
see.
etc.
Yeah, just what I can see about them.
Does anyone wish to possibly give the help action and also look at the tracks as well?
I'll join him in that. Just kind of look over his shoulder as he analyzes it.
Sounds good. And then Corvus, what are you going to be doing while they look at the tracks?
I'm gonna wait for him because I've already inspected the tracks.
Nice. All right, Deon, roll with advantage, please. Hold
This is
investigation.
survival. Oh, investigation.
Yeah, I'm going to say investigation.
Okay.
Just-
Then perhaps Adam should do it instead. And I will help Adam.
All right, I can roll
What? The
investigation.
marbles are right there.
No, so their investigation to see like the boot.
I
Like
know.
they
It's
can.
He has better intelligence. I have good wisdom.
I know. I'm making a bad joke about his eyesight.
Yeah, I know.
The marbles.
Yeah. They're right there. Just fucking look at it, or just look at it. Sorry.
Okay, so Evan, I'm rolling with advantage, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Because the first roll was a 5.
Cool. What was the second roll?
18.
Wonderful. You, my good sir, are. I had a D4. Where the fuck did it go?
Did you lose it? Did Robin take
Yes.
it?
No, I found it. Robin's not allowed in the office anymore. All right, you see.
In the office.
Yes.
What did Robin do?
No, he jumps in here. He just jumps on stuff and he jumps around.
Oh, I was thinking of our Crimson Shield.
Well, they are the same person.
Yeah,
Well, true.
Your training master is my cat as a
Fair enough.
D&D character because I thought it was funny and also because Deon hates him, so I thought it would be hilarious.
Why do you hate Robin?
I'm very, very allergic to cats.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
Which is funny because Robin loves him, but he hates Robin.
cats love people they're allergic to because they enjoy making people allergic. Like they enjoy inducing the reaction.
Yeah.
But scientifically,
Cats are
confirmed.
evil.
Cats are evil. All right, getting back to
It's
the
weird about that though. That's like a scientific fact that they enjoy it. Like it's
All
weird.
right, getting back to the campaign, Danko.
Yeah, so then we'll post-campaign talk. We will go on about how cats are horrible monsters. But they're so fucking adorable. Anyway, Adam, you are able to tell that there are two different types of boot prints.
Okay,
You said you got an 18.
sir.
All right. Mm. Roll again just to humor me. Like, just roll another investigation check. Just straight. Not
19.
straight. 19.
19.
Okay, cool. Wonderful. That actually worked out. All right. So you are able, with that 19, you are able to see that one of the boot prints sinks a bit heavier into the dirt, while the other one seems to be a bit of a lighter step. All of you guys have done this through your learned this through your various monster hunting trainings and whatnot. So Adam, you are able, and anyone who would have discovered this, you are able to determine that the heavier boot print is most likely either an armored person, so someone wearing heavier armor, or a male, and the lighter one is either a female or not wearing, or just a male not wearing extremely heavy armor. So that is the information that all three of you, know based off of you were taught this when you guys were training.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
so
right, how
Adam
likely
notices
are
it.
we to
Ollie on that.
return back here? Because we're obviously following these. Because what else are we gonna do? Sit and wait for dinner? But how likely are we to come back to this area?
That's a true statement, so
All right,
if you guys
screw it. I'm just
like-
gonna pick up the trap.
well, yeah, you don't want to leave that behind.
So
I'd say we still follow those tracks at the very least.
yeah, and I don't disarm it. I just amorphous blob over it, and then bring it up into my chest, open and ready to spring.
Gotcha. Where am I?
What if that goes off in you?
Well, only one way to find out.
I mean,
I'm
why would it?
gonna resist the chaotic urge to trigger it.
So, Gel says, "Why would it?" Deon says, "Just wait and see, John."
Oh yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, so I guess we start following these tracks.
All right. So you start following them, and as I just quickly kind of adjust some stuff for you guys. Okay.
Should we be doing this sneakily, lads?
I would say so.
Yeah, I'd
Don't
say we
exactly
Alright.
give away
stealthily do
position.
this.
Stealth from
agree.
What were you
everyone.
saying, Adam?
Oh no. Everyone first roll stealth, then I will go.
Okay.
16.
All right.
10.
Corvus.
18.
All right.
Oh wait, let me look at my modifier. Plus 5, 23.
Damn, your dice are being a lot nicer to you. I have not rolled above a 10 yet.
I rolled a 4 and a 3 back to back.
Oof, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, you did.
Mm.
All right. So, do I have to switch views? Probably. Okay. So I'm going to just prematurely switch views. All right. So as you guys are approaching the footsteps, you approach kind of a group of 3 people. You hear them off in the distance. You see kind of a fire. I don't have a little fire model, so I apologize. But you see them they're sitting around a fire. You see a very heavily armored orc male standing on one side, and on the other side, you see two drow women, one with bright red hair and one with kind of snow white hair. You three come in from this side of the forest, and you see kind of some scattered rocks and buildings, or what seem to be building blocks for almost like a house or something that was supposed to get built out there, or some kind of outpost. And actually, who all has vision? You two can
Everybody
see.
but Adam.
Yes, so
I
Adam,
cry.
you can see the fire, but you can kind of faintly see the people around him. Those of you with dark vision are kind of capable of seeing all of them. So as
Ooh.
you guys are approaching
Hello,
this,
ladies.
all right,
Are they
good
doing
God,
anything suspicious?
no, they're just sitting around a campfire. They're sitting around a campfire talking. One of them, Adam, you being not kind of you said you got a 10 on your stealth, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you step on a twig kind of as you get closer, and she turns her head and kind of looks in that direction,
I
like
hold
she can,
very still.
We should go
like
talk to
So
him.
I very slowly and stealthily send a tendril, a pseudopod, along the ground, up Adam's leg, and to
Whoa.
his ear to whisper in his ear, "They've seen you. Maybe just talk to them."
you're all within 5 feet of each other, by the way.
Yeah, but that was to make sure that they don't see me.
Ah, gotcha.
So I'm not moving to ruin my stealth. Just out of my foot, this little, like, less. I think they have to be an inch wide. So this little inch wide pseudopod
Mhm.
extends out, up his leg, out of view, and to his ear, so that I can just whisper directly into his ear.
Gotcha.
Okay. Sure,
All
we'll
right,
see
so
where this goes.
yeah. And John, what were you saying before?
I was just saying we should go talk to him. Like all three of us just walk up.
All right. So is that the group consensus is to walk up?
I mean, I'm kind of in agreement with Gil. I'm already kind of caught. So let me start off the conversation, and then if it turns into a bigger threat, then you ambush them. But let's not give
Okay.
away all of our cards. So with that said, I will kind of just put my hands up in a non-lethal manner, like just kind of showing I'm not a threat. Just approach. Hey there! What are you guys
All right.
doing
So
out here?
you're gonna get to right here. So all three of them turn to look at you. Um, the orc man wearing the armor. He's wearing. You notice the armor is. So as you get closer, you see that
Oh, I would
you
not
know,
have let him get that close without creeping up with him a little bit.
are you gonna creep up with him?
Yeah, I
I
was gonna
want
ask.
to
Can I also
stay
like?
hidden, but yeah, I think both of us should creep up with him. And John, sorry, I cut you off there.
No, you're good. I was interrupting anyway. My bad. I was just saying, can I also reposition to like a different angle? I guess since he's closer to the orc, I guess flank them, and I would be closer to the drow women, so they could be surrounded if things went down.
Sure. Roll me. Do your stealth again, because now that one of you has been spotted, they're going to be keeping an eye out.
All right, so
Oh, I'm
Corvus
sorry.
is going
Are you
north. I will
talking
go south then.
with? I got a bunch of artifacting. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't interrupt anyone.
No, you're good. Just re-roll your stealth.
Yeah,
Roll.
I got a 17. I rolled a 12 and I got a +5 modifier.
All right.
He's
So where do you
going
want
north, right?
Yeah, I'm going to where the drow women are.
to, like, right
Yep.
here, still under the cover of
Yeah.
darkness? All right. And then,
Yep.
Gel, what'd you get?
13, and I will go south.
Okay. So you go as you're going along this side, you notice that kind of her gaze seems to shift between Adam and in the location of where you are. She doesn't say anything, but you can very clearly tell that she's looking at you.
Well, if I can see she's looking at me, I'm not going to keep stealthing.
Okay, so you gonna
I'm
come
going
out
to
right
just.
here?
I'll come out as close to Adam as I can be.
Okay, so like right there.
Also, because of my technical issues, I'm not watching your live on Discord. I'm watching on the Twitch. So there will be
Okay,
a little bit of a delay for me on like map
confirmation.
movements.
Okay, hopefully, yeah.
Audio is still good, but
Okay, yeah, because otherwise, yeah. Okay, sounds good. Sweet. Oh yeah, so you get close. Corvus, you are successfully able to kind of sneak around and hide behind the building stones over there. So, Adam, so you walk out with your hands up. You're like, we're friends. We mean no harm. We're basically just. Well, what do you say exactly? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I walk out with my hands up in a friendly manner, just like, hey, how's it going? Sorry to stumble on your camp.
yeah, hi there. We were just kind of going through the woods. Saw the light from the fire. Wanted to say
The
hello.
the red-haired one turns to you, Gal, and she looks at you and she says, "I have not seen your kind before. Are you? Which realm do you hail from? Was a first for me.
I'm a first for everybody. Prime material plane.
Hmm. The
Surface.
orc, the orc man, the orc man turns to you, kind of opens up pulls a bag out from behind him or from his left, puts it to his right, which is in your eyesight. Opens it up, rummages through it, pulls out a bottle of wine, and says, "Well, friend, come join us for our first drink then.
All
First
right.
for us and the first for you."
Well,
All
that
right.
sounds lovely.
I'm gonna move you closer. Adam, do you wish to go with?
I will join him, yes. Just
If
slowly, not to
possible,
cause alarm.
yeah, and if possible, I want to be between them and Adam. I want to be friendly, but I'm also a cautious jelly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna point out, it seems a little too friendly just pulling out a bottle of wine, but that's just my own.
Yeah, we are strangers that came out of the woods in the middle of the night, and I'm quite literally a monster.
Is there a ability or a way for me to kind of get on top of the building stones to where I could kind of be on like a outlook, I guess, to where I could jump down if something goes down? Or
Yes, that would be athletics or acro. Yes, athletics to climb.
all right, I'm gonna try and kind of get to a vantage point where I can see everything that happens, and whether or not a fight breaks out, I can jump down either way. All
All right.
right. You said athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics, please.
Athletics is 19.
Yeah,
I
you are
rolled an
able to
11.
successfully get on top of here. You are now 10 feet above the ground,
Okay.
kind of
Nice.
crouched on top. All right, so campfire group. White-haired, um, the white-haired drow kind of rolls her eyes at the orc's comment and says, "Really, must you do this with every person that we come across?" He looks back at her and he says, "Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with being friendly, is there?" I think I botched the accent, but fuck it, that's his new accent. The red haired one audibly sighs, pinches kind of the bridge of her nose, like closing her eyes, and looks at you, Gel and Adam, and says, "I humbly apologize for whatever the fuck it is he's doing.
No need to
I
apologize.
Trying to be neighborly? Why would you
well,
apologize for neighborly behavior? Can I roll insight?
yes, you can roll insight.
While he's doing that, can I smell since I'm part shark in this current form, can I smell for any poison in the wine?
From that distance, seems a little sketchy, but fair enough.
I mean, I'm a shark.
I'll let you
Fair
do.
point, but I'm a shark. I don't know.
Usually that
Worth
only works
asking.
in water.
That's why I'll let you do investigation with disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, so roll twice, take the lowest.
19 for that insight.
Yeah, you can tell that she's not lying. She's being actually genuine. You can kind of tell that sometimes the over neighborliness version, the overly nice part of the orc, kind of gets on their nerves at times. So you can tell that both of them are a little bit irritated with him, but neither of them look like they're gonna, But you can tell that she's telling the truth. There's no malice behind her words.
Okay, what about him though? That's more what I was wanting the insight for, because
Oh,
yeah,
he is every bit as happy and joyous to see another group of to see you as, I don't know, as a buck is in a clearing. I don't know, some southern saying that makes people seem really happy. He's genuinely happy. No malice from him either.
all right, well, it'd be a pleasure to share a drink with you, stranger. My name is Gel, and
Before that, John, you said you wanted to see if there was poison. What was your roll?
So I rolled pretty well on my first one, but I got a 5 on my second one, which results in the roll being a 6.
Yeah, you just smell the forest, the smoke, the fire.
Worth a
You
shot.
can't. Yeah, you don't smell anything specifically from the bottle.
Okay.
No, that was a wonderful ask, because I am learning much more about your character now.
so yeah, I will go to shake his hand, and I will grow a third arm out of the center of my chest to grab the bottle at the same time.
The
Oh.
white-haired drow, upon seeing that, you see her eyes go wide, and almost immediately as you grab the bottle, she has glasses on, a kind of like notebook in front of her, and she has a pen just sitting there, just scribbling notes down, and you can tell that she's kind of like drawing you and writing a bunch of stuff down. And you
In
just hear her.
Draconic, I'm going to tell Adam, yeah, I know that I'm a fantastic party favor. I just don't want to help him get laid.
Do I hear that? Do I hear that?
Draconic.
Unless you speak Draconic, I'm gonna say that's a no-go for you, buddy.
Unless you speak
You
Draconic,
hear
can't-
me
just
say
hear,
something in Draconic, and then Adam start laughing.
I'm gonna interject after Gel's amazing joke right there, and just kind of look at the two women with the orc and just be like, we don't mean to intrude on the wonderful hospitality, but I get your caution on strangers approaching out of nowhere.
Speaking
Just
of,
trying
I
to
can
ease the
tell.
tension.
Speaking of, I can tell that this isn't gonna turn into a fight, so I kind of cautiously approach the fire
Well,
openly.
let me call you in so it's not like you're sneaking up out of nowhere.
I want to try the
Okay.
wine first before we decide this isn't a problem. Just throwing that out there.
Alright, fair enough. If you want to be the guinea pig for the
Fair.
wine, by all means.
Do it.
Also, I believe before I spoke Draconic, Evan said that the one that's sketching me was going to say something. But
No, she's just muttering, fascinating. Truly, truly fascinating.
all right. In that case, I did ask the orc for his name, but if he's going to hand over the bottle, I'm gonna politely
hands-
waterfall some
He
instead of.
hands. Instead of just taking a swig.
Nah, I'll take a swig.
All right. So before he hands it to you, he takes a swig himself. You ask him what his name is, and he says, "The name's." Oh fuck! I forgot his accent. I need to write notes down for this shit. God damn. It's like, the name's Iro, General, Orc Commander Iro of the whatever the local army is in Balewood.
You're a general and you don't remember the name of the army?
Well,
Ashton, you know damn well that was Evan not knowing the name. Don't be a dick.
Oh,
Also,
come
John,
they're
you
on.
almost got us to kill Uncle Iro.
Hey, hey, hold on, pause, meta talk real quick. We were all being cautious for a reason. What do you mean
Oh,
almost got
100%.
killed?
100%.
What do you mean almost got killed? This is false testimony and character
No, he's speaking
assassination.
true.
Well, thank you.
How did I
General.
almost get him killed? How
You
did
know,
I almost get Iro killed?
If this was a different campaign, a different drow elf would have probably shot first, asked questions later.
Anyway,
yes.
well, thank you, General, and I try some of the wine.
I still don't know how I almost killed him.
I don't either.
Oh, okay, fair.
Corvus, are you still
This is
sitting
true.
on top of the stone?
Yeah.
Are you gonna? All right, are you just chilling up there? Or are you gonna try and come down?
Ashton, this was a little bit of metagaming, but Ashton and I were talking, and he said he was going to, like, introduce me to the group so they weren't alarmed that I
I
was
feel
just
like that's not
coming out of the
unreasonable
forest.
metagaming.
No, that's reasonable.
Because
So,
like,
yes.
we've been traveling together for months. This is
Mhm.
definitely not the first time we've done this kind of thing. I feel like that's
Yeah.
a very reasonable thing to metagame.
Yeah, you guys have been traveling for at least 4 months together, so you kind of know the ins and outs of introducing everybody. But yes, John, that's not metagaming at all. That's totally fine.
Okay, bet.
Yep.
But I would like to come down.
Keep feeling
Evan,
Alright.
have I been
Mhm.
poisoned?
No, you are fine.
Oh, that's good.
All right,
Always
well.
feel.
You taste a dry red.
Well, that is delightful. Let's Evan,
If I-
you wanna go find our third and
Corvus, as you are coming down, make me roll. Can you roll me some Are you jumping down or are you climbing down?
I'll jump down.
Make me an acrobatics, please.
13 plus 8, or acrobatics, you said? 13 plus 5
Yes.
is 18.
Didn't
You
even
stick the landing.
I'm a pirate.
Humor me.
It makes sense.
Can you humor me and roll stealth, please? Just to see how quietly you land.
Okay, rolled an 8 plus 5 is 13.
Okay.
I'm pretty heavy, so I might make some noise.
Okay, so you hit the ground.
you also do have a very large silhouette.
Yeah,
True.
so as you kind of stand up and go to jump down, the fire kind of projects your shadow. You jump, you land, and you said you got a 13 on stealth, right?
Yes.
All right, not in the most quiet of fashion. And as soon as you hit the ground, the red-haired drow woman just
Real quick, Evan.
Yes.
Was that before or after I said, Adam, would you like to go get our third?
With
Because
Yeah,
that
he
was
did
the
say
whole
that.
reason why I said that, to make sure that they knew this was happening in case he appeared a little quickly.
All right. Well, so what happens then is instead of all right. So yes, slight change. Well, same chain of events, but Corvus, as you land, as in like you straighten yourself out, almost immediately you see, like as you look up, you just see a throwing knife, or you just see a knife just land itself like between your legs in the or land at your feet, like between your feet as you landed, or right in front of your feet, like perfectly aimed, and you just see the red-haired drow woman just looking at you like, next time maybe don't jump when and from 10 feet when you're there. Like she
Did she
looks
say
bad.
that, or is she just
Yeah.
looking at me like?
No, she looks like you startled her, so she looks startled, and she looks apologetic that she just threw her throwing knife at you.
I pick up the blade and I inspect it, getting to my feet. I kind of like to imagine that I did like almost like a superhero landing on a knee. But I'm not a hero, I'm a pirate, so pirate landing. But anyway, I pick up the blade, stand up, inspect it, and I say, "This is a lovely blade." And I approach the group with the blade in my hand, non-threateningly, just kind of holding it up as it glints in the firelight, and I say, "This is a lovely blade for a lovely lady," and I flip the blade around and return it to her, like offering the blade to her. What's your
Thank
name?
you. It was my mother's. She picks it up, kind of twirls it in her hands, and throws it just in like a random um, stash of like throwing knives that she has strapped to her thigh. Um, name. Well, before we do introductions, would you like to join your friends at a seat with the fire?
Uh, sure, why not? That's kind of you. Seems a bit weird for you not want to, for you not wanting to provide your name, but I'll happily accept the warmth of your fire. And I go and sit down next to where I guess she would be sitting, I presume. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a little bit of extra space on the log that you're able to sit down next to her. All right. Well, I believe my oh, okay. My webcam seemed to freeze up almost as soon as I
Oh yeah, it
opened the
is
internet up.
frozen.
Yeah, it should be good now. Is it fine?
Yes, you're moving again on stream.
Okay. Yeah, I opened up the internet real quick, and it broke my phone. I mean, it broke my all right. So the so Corvus, you sit down next to her. She kind of scoots over a little bit as you sit down next to her. She says, "Oh, we'll introduce ourselves, and then how about you introduce yourselves, and we can all figure out why exactly you're here." The red-haired drow woman kind of puts her hand on her chest. She says, "My name is Ivala. I am on loan. I am on loan from the Sisters of the Night to the what are you calling it, Iro? The Balewood Resistance, or something like that. And Iro speaks up and he says, "Oh yes, the Balewood Resistance, the best army in the whole realm." Yes, yes, sure it is. This over here, my comrade over here. Um, this is Mintha. She is also on loan from the Sisters of the Night to the Balewood Resistance. And as you all know, this is General Iro, the leader of the Balewood Resistance. And has pleasure to meet you too. As for yourselves, please, we'll start with you. Well, you've already introduced yourself, Mr. Gell. You, Adam, you introduced yourself, correct?
No, I didn't. I was letting
I
Gil.
said his name.
This is true.
I'm going to presume that you are Adam.
That would be correct.
Wonderful. And also, for visual representation, because I'm holding a pen in my hand, just pretend that she has she's got the fire, like the pokey fire stick. She's tending the fire and she's holding the stick in her hand as she's pointing to each of you. And finally, you, Shark on land. And not say I've seen that before as well. You see Mintha just immediately flip the page and just start like rapidly writing and sketching you, Corvus.
My name's Corvus. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And I take Ivala's hand and kind of like a noble would take a lady's hand if they were to kiss it, but I don't kiss it. I just kind of take her hand and shake it gently.
Which hand do you pick up?
I would say her right hand.
Okay.
And I say, well, and despite my appearance, I'm human. I'm just a bit altered, as you can see.
Let me guess you had a bad go with a witch, I want to guess. That was Iro. I can't nail his voice. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Not
he's the
quite a
only one
witch,
that
my
sounds
friend.
masculine.
Not quite a witch, my friend, though you're not far off. Witch is X, I guess you could say. But not for the reason you think.
I have not heard that. I haven't heard that tale before.
It's a long one, but...
All right, well, I've got... He reaches into his bag, pulls out... He, double fists bottles of wine. He's like, I've got enough wine to last us the whole night. He hands you a bottle, Corvus. Adam, he hands you a bottle. And I believe we have new friends to drink with.
Well, you, sir, are a godsend. Much appreciated.
Well, yes, thank you very much. Lads, we got something to share. Adam, at the very least, has the gift of music, and Corvus, I cannot imagine a sailor without rum to give at least a share in turn.
That's a good question. Do I have any rum on me, Evan?
Your inventory is your inventory. If you want to say you have rum on you, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I would say I have a flask, not a small one, but like a water jug size of rum.
Just pulls out a gallon water bottle of fucking rum.
Jesus.
Ashton is also a sailor, so probably also has rum.
Nice.
True.
I also have a set of liar's dice.
Nice.
Figured that would be fitting. But what are you all doing in this forest, if we may inquire?
Well, real quick, everyone, where do you have your Crimson Talon patch on your body?
Ah, shoot. I forgot to tell you.
I have two of them. One is on the back of the vest, and one on the front left, where a badge or something would be. So.
Okay. Adam, where is yours?
Covering the right shoulder on my jacket.
Wonderful. And Corvus, do you want to do yours over? Left shoulder? All right, cool. So, Iro notices the patches that you all are wearing. And he says, Crimson Talons, eh?
Yes, we're actually going to Beowyn on business. You wouldn't have happened to see two other. I assume that I know the names of the two guys of the two other Talons we're supposed to be looking for.
Yes, Felix and Jebediah.
Yeah, you wouldn't happen to have seen two other Talons by the name of Felix and Jebediah?
Oh yeah. Yes, we did see them. I believe they arrived to town not long after we did. This is Mintha speaking as she's continuing to like write and sketch in her notebook. Let's oh right, they went to actually no wait, I have not seen them since they arrived to town.
Yeah, we're here to look in on them. They haven't reported in.
Well, that's not right. What you say in the morning, we go to the town and we can help you try and find your brethren.
That would be
Mhm.
amiable. I guess that's a southern word.
I think that would be greatly
Fellas?
appreciated. I said, you guys heard me, right?
Yeah, I heard you.
What'd you say, Ashton? Sorry, I did not hear you.
I was saying that would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, why not? Could be fun.
All right. Then tomorrow we go to town. But first, we drink. Bard, play us some music.
And with that, I'll pull out my lute from behind my back and just start playing a subtle tune to ease us into the night.
Performance.
Performance. And 21.
You regale everyone. You play beautifully. I don't know what song you want to play, but you play a lute version of whatever song you want to play.
Just nothing specific, just a subtle, relaxing tune to ease the tension.
Got it. So Beat
Is
It by
everybody
Michael
fine?
Jackson. There we go.
Sure.
Evan, can I make a request? Since
Yes.
these salty sailors both got rum, can I have like sugar syrup?
Yeah, you can have sugar syrup as well.
Okay. I'm going to make snow cones. I'm
Nice.
going to pour some water into a bowl, turn that icy blue, start just kind of radiating cold, and punch the water in the bowl into shaved ice, and then pour some syrup on it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Alrighty, so you lads drink, you be merry. You
Put rum in the snow cones.
put rum
Yep.
in the snow cones.
That's exactly what I wanted the rum for.
Priorities,
so,
damn it.
I know, I gotta get this straight. So, you guys drink, you party, you all pass out at some point within the night, and we're gonna say you wake up at about 5 in the morning when the sun starts to trickle through the trees and it hits you square all in the face, waking up. When you all wake up, you realize that Mintha and Ivala have been up long before you guys have been, and they seem to be chatting around a tree. Like they're just lent. Ivala's just lent up against a tree, kind of arms crossed, foot propped up on it, just talking to Mintha as the two are just conversing back and forth in Elvish.
All right.
Well, I guess we know they're not going to kill us in our sleep.
Always good.
Coming
I
back into the
reabsorb all of my stuff because
coming
when
back
I
in,
sleep, I
sorry,
turn into a puddle.
bloop. Yep. So coming back into the clearing, though, Iroh comes back. He's got a boar on over his shoulders, right? You can see his. He had a very large. He had a sword, so you can see his great sword just kind of sticking out the middle of the boar's head. And he brings it over to where the fireplace was last night. Kind of plops it down on the grass, and he said, looks at you three and is like, "Oh, finally waking up. Got us breakfast. Who wants to help me cook it?"
I can assist with that.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Whoever's helping with breakfast, let's do. I want a sleight of hand from whoever's going to cut the boar up. I want survival from whoever is going to cook the boar over the fire, and then whoever the third person can give the help action to whoever they want.
I will do survival.
I will do the sleight of hand. And that is a dirty 20.
Corvus, will you be given help, or were you gonna?
I guess I can help if needed. Otherwise, I'll
You
be
might
chatting.
want to help. I rolled a 3.
Yeah, I'll help out.
All right. So Corvus, Gel, reroll, please.
13.
Awesome. All right. So all of you are able to successfully dice this boar up.
I still haven't
Iroh
rolled
gets
above a 10.
Yeah, your dice.
You'll get there.
You've
Bro.
got my curse now. Iroh gets to fire roaring back up. Mintha and Ivala are still hanging over by the tree. And you guys are able to get breakfast cooked up, sliced up. You make really, really, really like thick slices of bacon because Iroh says it in quotes, "It is the tastiest shit in the entire world."
That is canon. Orcs do like bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone likes bacon.
You're a monster to not like bacon.
Right. Don't trust anyone who doesn't like
Yeah.
it.
Ashton comes out of left field. Actually, guys.
Hey. No.
I've got friends in VR who actually are quite enjoyable, and they're vegan. No, okay.
God.
Molly has a few words to say about them, right, Ashton?
Okay.
All right, getting back on topic. So you guys cook. Everything goes well. The two women come back over and kind of, eat the bacon, continuing to discuss whatever they were discussing in Elvish still, not speaking a lick of common. As you guys sit around the fire, eat, have kind of some morning drinks. Iroh pulls out a pitcher of water this time and starts, pouring water for all of you guys. Whoever wishes to roll to see if they're hungover is more than welcome to, but I'm not going to force you.
I wish to see.
Good man.
I don't think a 9's going to get me anywhere. But let's see.
You have a headache, but no nausea.
Damn.
Corvus, are
I'll
you
take it.
rolling for hangover or no?
It's a constitution roll, right?
Yep, just Constitution saving throw.
15?
Yeah, you're fine. You are fit as a fiddle.
I have advantage on saves against poison. Does this count?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
Gel, you
Let's
are
go.
more than fine. When you woke up, you noticed a little puddle of goo that was like the same color as the wine, like your body just passed it right out. And you feel fit as a fiddle as well. All right. So as you all eat breakfast, Iroh continues to tell you a little bit about the town of. He kind of starts telling you about the town of Balewood. You all received a letter from not Shield Master Hendrix. Talon. What were they called? Talon Master
Shield Talon.
from Shield.
Crimson
Thank you.
Shields.
Yeah, so from Shield Talon Robin, you all received
Oh,
a letter from him. This was earlier, so you guys are. This was as to get you on your way to Balewood. Um, so the letter says that people around Balewood were reporting in like vampires in the night and the smell of rotting dead from around the local graveyard. So you are free to tell this information to Iroh, as he's kind of telling you a little bit about the problems that they've been having and why the previous group was over there.
Do we want to tell him about the vampires and such?
I don't
Perhaps?
see why not.
I would say we could. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we could just tell them as a nice warning since they were so kind.
Well, we don't want to give away because they could be perhaps rival hunters. So we don't want to give everything away, but we could tell them that there's a threat in the area that, we've been sent to address. And
I want to know about this Balewood Resistance, because that's a weird name for a regular standard army.
true, like maybe the vampires governing Balewood and
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah, the resistance
So
is looking
yeah,
for those
I've
people.
before, at least my vote is before we tell them about the vampires, I'd like to ask Iroh. So you're the general of the Balewood Resistance Army? What exactly are y'all resisting?
They're not resist in English, in not English, sorry, in common you hear Ivala speak up. They're not resisting anything. He just couldn't come up with a better fucking name to name it. The town of
Who's your employer?
my employer. Are you talking to Iroh or
Well, I assume they're a group.
no? So they are
Yeah,
not.
they told
Iroh.
us that. Yeah, the two Drow told us that they
Well,
were from somewhere on loan working for Iroh, and that
right,
Iroh is the general of this army.
right, like they're working together on something. So presumably they've all got a joint cause that they're working towards and a joint employer. Because these both appear to be contractors, or he at
Yeah,
least appears to be a contractor, and they, if anything, he is effectively could be on loan for them, and they could be emissaries from whatever entity they're working for. That's what I'm
my
thinking.
guess would be that they are subcontractors to whoever is paying him to be general of this army. But
Hmm.
especially because he
Well, that's
didn't
it.
know the name of this army, but that might just be Evan.
Well, it could also be him not giving us his actual like army's name and coming up with a bullshit name.
Also true.
Mhm.
Anyway, Evan, answer the questions.
Oh, so real quick, who were you addressing? Corvus.
Well,
You're
all of them.
all of them.
Yeah.
We each have different. Well, Mintha and I have the same employer. He has. I don't actually know if he's contracted or not.
So who's your employer?
Our employer right now is Iro. Because he called in some people. He called in for help with the that was Evan talking, not Ibala. With the problem that they have been having at night, and who better to call in than a bunch of elves that happen to specialize in nighttime shit.
Oh,
But
definitely. I mean, you definitely seem suited for the role, but who are you on loan from, if I may ask? That I mean, you're part of the Night Sisters, but um,
yes,
is that who
we are.
you're on loan from specifically, or
Yes, the Sisters of the Night. We are from. We are from. We're from one of the northern regions where where the light of the sun does not really hit as hard as it does down here. So we grew up in something similar to the Underdark, but not as shitty.
And who
Does that
employs
make
you?
sense?
Yeah, no, it totally does. And,
Mhm.
as far as I'm concerned, the Underdark has no need for the sun because the radiance of the ladies who, grow and develop and live there shines bright
Gonna
enough.
side eye Corvus.
My, Mr.
And
Corvus, you
anyway,
are quite the ladies' man, aren't you?
uh, only when I choose to be. If the woman is as striking as I find them.
Roll
Anyway,
me a.
who employs you though, Master Orc?
I turn green.
I flip. I turn my body, flip the slime off, and turn towards the orc.
Corvus, real quick, make me a perception check, please.
Perception.
Yes.
14 plus 4, 18.
18?
A lot of 18s today. Jeez.
Yeah, that's
Rolling
good.
14.
Must be
Yeah.
nice.
So
For
when
now,
she
until
says
we get to combat.
I know, then you're gonna get shafted. So when she says the my, right? Like part she raises her left hand to kind of like cover her mouth in
Uh-huh.
like, a joking manner. And you see smack dab on the ring finger, you see a nice shiny gold band sitting around it. And this is as you notice as she says that, like my, Mr. Corvus, you must be quite the ladies' man. So she says that, and you just happen to notice that she has a wedding band on her finger. And then you turn to Iroh and you ask him, who's your employer?
Oh, before I ask him that, then I'll ask her. Oh, that's a cute ring. Did your grandmother give it to you?
Oh my god.
No, that would be my husband.
Wow. A gift from your grandmother. I can't imagine how special that must be.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna look at him and just
Sorry,
shake my head.
sometimes the hangovers get to him, and I'm just, if you'll let me, Corvus, I'm just gonna wheel you around. Shark equilibriums, electro
Yeah.
sense.
Anyway, Master Orc, who's your employer?
It's why you shouldn't mix liquors.
Yes, Shockman.
I'm completely sober, sir.
I'm trying to save your ass. Shut the fuck up.
Shockman.
I'm only
question,
human
sir.
after all.
God damn it.
And this is why we can't have nice things.
This is exactly why we can't have nice things. All right, so Iroh turns to you, Corvus, and he's like, yes. Yeah, you had a question?
Yeah, who's your fucking employer, mate?
My employer is the governor of Balewood. Or I guess not the governor, the people of Balewood. Balewood is so small. I don't even know if they actually have a real form of government other than,
Who paid you?
the king. The people.
The king.
I received a letter, arrived at my camp. The letter said to please come to Balewood as they are having issues and they don't have anyone to help properly regulate a militia.
From who?
What kind of issues?
Who? Yeah.
No, the letter was not signed.
So you ventured your entire army over here without getting paid and without knowing who you're working for.
Nope, just myself. The letter was just for myself.
You're just
Can I roll insight?
a training consultant. Please do roll insight. I'm just trying to keep him talking.
I rolled a 16. Let me see what my Fire is where is insight? Oh, +1, so 17.
Yeah, you can tell he's not lying, but you can also tell that he is not the smartest group in the bunch.
So have you been to Balewood yet, or are you like en route now to get there for the first time?
I have been. We were doing our nightly patrol last night when we decided to settle down here for camp, and then we came across you.
Okay, not to piss on the parade or anything, but we got that drunk during patrol.
It
Well,
happens.
yeah, this is normal for orcs. We've
All
had
right,
worse during actual wars.
Try
all
being
right
drunk in
then.
the middle of a hurricane.
Mhm.
You're a sailor. It's different, or so I've been told.
Well,
All right, let's get into
so,
town then, I guess. What exactly were you
yeah.
looking for out here?
The Well, the same thing that your previous members came. Same thing your previous member. Fuck, I can't get his voice down. God damn it. The previous thing your same members came to fight. Vampires. And he kind of does like points two finger guns at you, goes pew pew, and then gets up, grabs his sack, and says, "All right, we're going into town now. We'll
All
have the
right.
next
All
group
right.
go out." And with that, they pack up camp, and they all walk. They walk in front of you back to town.
I have many more questions, but I feel like they'd be better done in the town. So I'm good with the time skip.
Yep, me too.
Same.
Adam, time skip. All right, so it takes about an hour to walk back to town. You're walking through, and it's obvious like you don't go through a clear road. You're going like not parallel to the road, but you're going through the forest. You're trudging through bushes. You're having to break tree branches off to make your way back. And as you get back to town, you notice you reach the town of Balewood. For visual purposes, for everyone, including listeners and viewers of today's session, Balewood would best be described as about the size of Riverwood from Skyrim. It is very small. There's maybe only, 6 or 7 houses. There's a wood mill, not attached to a river, but there's like a wood mill. You hear the familiar hammering of a blacksmith. You see a kind of a 3-story tavern, kind of placed smack dab in the middle of it, and the houses seem to be kind of scattered around it. Balewood is also is a circle with the tavern in the middle, and you've got 4 houses on one side of the curve, and you have 4 houses on the other side of the curve. You have 2 entrances, one entrance here, one entrance here. Also, if you guys are watching, I'm doing the visual effects to show you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you have one entrance, so the entrances are in line with the sides of the tavern, and then you have the houses kind of going in a circle, and there is looks to be a very shoddily, like very shit wooden kind of wall built around the house or around it. As you also approach, you all are able to get the wonderful whiff of rotting flesh and other things that should not be coming from the makeshift graveyard as well. That's kind of built right outside. You see a couple dead bodies of zombies in the kind of down on the ground, and you can see very tired guards manning the entryways and kind of on top of the walls. They do not they look like to be average civilians, so like your average kind of resistance militia, not well trained. One of them, the quiver kind of keeps slipping off of his shoulder. Their swords are not the sharpest, right? But they all salute, they all kind of salute Iroh when he comes in, and he, talks to them. He's like, like, how was patrol? He's very nice to them. He asks them how was patrol? Go get some rest. The next shift will come. The next shift will come soon. Get some rest. And he gives them each kind of he gives them each like a gold piece or two and says, get a drink on me. And you notice that he pulls from the when you were talking to him this morning, he also with the letter that he received was also a bag of payment. And he referenced that he lifted the bag up when he was talking to you guys this morning. And you notice him pull the gold out of the bag and give it to them. So he's basically giving their money back to them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, General, how long has the vampire issue been happening? And again, you said that our boys have not been seen in how many days?
Your guys have not been seen in a full week. We haven't seen them. They got here 2 weeks ago. We haven't seen them in a week. Last I remember they were doing some information gathering in the tavern. And then I was not out on that night's patrol. I was busy helping the blacksmith sharpen some swords, so I did not get to see them when they went out.
If Jebediah is still in that tavern, I am going to crawl down his throat and come out the other end.
It's a distinct likelihood.
Yeah, you all know Jebediah to be quite the drinker. From your training days, you remember him drinking so much that Robin actually had to search your quarters every night to make sure that you didn't have alcohol to give him.
I was actually his stash. I just kept it inside me. Just loose liquid.
Hidden so Robin couldn't find it.
Sorry, no.
I'm just gonna not question that.
That's where most of my money comes from.
Good fuck. Okay.
Extorting him. Anyway. So how long has the vampire threat been happening?
About
who
a
should
month.
we talk to? Where do they come from? Numbers? How often? The good general information from the good general.
Numbers vary. Lately, we've been seeing increasing more numbers, as we've also been seeing as some of our hunters, when they go out into the forest, not only a handful of them have been seeming to return. So we're only assuming that the vampires are turning them.
Yeah, with respect, sir, stop sending hunters into the woods.
Oh, well, they have to eat. Gotta eat somehow.
Those kinds of hunters.
Mm-hmm. No. I'm in charge of making sure that everyone stays within the walls, and that when we get attacked, that we are ready. We haven't been attacked in a couple days, about the time that your boys went missing. So it's been awfully quiet, which has been nice for us. We've gotten some rest and some breaks, but we don't know when they're going to come back. Last time they came back, the numbers were in the well over the 20s. We lost a lot of good soldiers that night, and I think we only managed to kill one or two.
Every time you're dead.
Sorry, what was that, Corvus?
You should burn your dead.
That's actually a really good idea. You also noticed that there were a couple freshly buried bodies in the ground.
Yeah,
as you guys,
burn your dead.
Did you stake them when they passed on?
No,
when you buried them.
So you're dealing with vampires.
Open those
You
graves
know you're dealing with vampires.
You
didn't stake them.
Corvus, you don't need to be a dick about it.
Just
yes, you should probably open those up and stake them and then rebury them. Do you have a an actual sanctified preacher here to perform rites and also to manufacture holy water and
No,
bless
this,
weaponry?
this town is so far in the backwoods that when I got here, their blacksmith was barely up and running. I had to help him out.
You don't even
The
have
king,
a bloody priest?
the king does not give this. The king does not let his. The king does not give much attention to these lands down here. You know how kings are. They
The
like to sit in a
thirsty switch
fucking ivory
tax it.
palace.
All right, well then we better get cracking
Yeah, we
on
got our work cut
finding
out for
things.
us.
Yeah,
Burn your
they're
dead. I point to the general.
I will make note of that. We will stop burning them now.
also any silver that you have in the town, put it on weapons.
Corvus, make me a history check, please.
Okay. Nat 20.
When you were
Nice.
holding up Ivala's blade last night, you noticed that it was almost entirely made out of that the blade was all made out of silver.
Sorry about that.
Okay. No, you're all
But
good, Deon.
he looks at him. He says,
Thank you.
I'll see what silver we can track down."
Literally, even just like silver coins in a sock, just beat them with it.
Silverware.
Yeah, silverware. Doesn't have to be the whole blade, just a little bit on the edge, a little bit on the blunt side of a hammer.
Give it a little dippy dip.
Speaking of, do we have silver in our weapons, Evan?
Yes. You all actually you knew that you were coming to face vampires. So you
Okay.
have stuff like garlic, steaks, silver, holy water. Like you prepped.
Perfect.
You prepped
Perfect.
before you left.
Okay. General, there any other information or leads you have for us, or we go into our own devices for the investigation from here?
Last place I saw him was the tavern. That would be my next bet.
All right.
I can't help you much outside of that. I'm sorry, but we appreciate you coming nonetheless.
One more thing. Actually, Evan, how well versed are we on vampires? I don't want to throw out something that might be metagame in here.
No, y'all learned about them. Essentially, your monster.
Okay.
About 95% of what's in the monster manual, you guys know how to fight and or kill. You were trained for this.
All right. Is there any source of run-in water nearby this town?
There's a river. I believe there's a shit. Mintha, you know where the river is?
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Vampires they can cross running water, but it hurts them very badly. If this town ain't really worth it, might be worth just setting up a little shanty around the river, maybe make an artificial island in the middle of the river, divert it around that, because it doesn't. I'm sure these people have spirit and bravery and courage, but tactics go a lot further than those.
And tactics, as much as they would help, do not go well with ancestry and history of a town.
There won't be a town, though, if everyone's dead. Doesn't look like much of a town now.
Maybe just send the non-combatants to the river. We'll get on this, I guess.
All right, sounds good.
The town doesn't have a priest.
Mintha and Divala would you be able to help them? Sure, we can help. We'll help them. All right, and with that, I take my leave. He kind of does a hand. He takes a fist, puts it over his heart, bows to you a little bit, or bows to you guys, says, "I appreciate the help. We will get working on moving the non-combatants and seeing if we can move closer to the running river.
And burn your dead.
That we do need to do as well.
And anyone that you don't, just stake through the heart when you bury them to keep them down.
Yep. Including
Sounds
those
good.
dead sods already buried.
We will stake them immediately.
Sounds like you got it covered then.
Thank you, Talons. May we meet again on the field of battle. And he leaves.
Bloody hell, this place is a dumpster fire.
Welcome to the outreaches of the King's Domain.
What kind of town doesn't have a priest that's going through vampire problems?
The kind that go through vampire problems. If they had a priest, they probably would have been able to deal with this shit. Anyway, let's see if our boys are dead or not.
Who just stacks bodies in the middle of the town without burning them?
No, they're outside the town.
They're outside. Okay.
Yeah.
But shouting about it loudly is only gonna make the morale problem worse. I get that they're fucking up, and the general seems like he's going to act on our suggestions, but we really just need to get this shit dealt with quick as we can. Also,
Yeah,
we
get a lot
need
of
to see
dirty
if our boys are dead.
We really
Yep.
do, otherwise this place is history. They've got like no
Yep.
chance, man.
They'll take care of it.
Again.
Let's go look for our boys.
Again, let's not make the morale problem worse. If you're gonna shit talk, at least do it in a different language. I mean, they were talking all kinds of shit in Elvish, I assume.
Do any of y'all even speak Elvish?
I
No.
don't.
Corvus?
I speak Undercommon.
All right, so yeah,
That
none of
actually
y'all.
probably is what they would have been speaking.
Yeah, it would be, but it's not.
Right, because they're not actually from the Underdark.
Yes, they are from a place that resembles the Underdark, but is not the Underdark,
Sorry.
because fuck the Underdark.
Sorry, I should specify. I speak underwater common.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
aquatic common.
Aquatic common.
Yeah, he can talk to fish.
Yeah, well, and mermaids, okay? And,
Mhm.
you know, that's necessary when you're a sailor.
Oh, yes. Good old siren songs. All right.
To the tavern.
Well, that's it.
Mhm.
To the tavern!
So as you
Unless
three
the
head
drow
towards,
have suggestions.
if you lot are going to the tavern, I'm fucking off, and I will see you when I see you.
Sounds like a plan.
Do you
Till
have
next
any
time.
idea where our boys went?
Nope.
Tell your grandma I said hi.
She gives you
Oh
the
my
middle
fucking
finger
God.
and walks away.
What?
She
Alright.
what?
You'd only do this to yourself, Corvus.
Well, what she, I missed what Evan said. What
She
did
flipped
she
you
do?
off. She
She
flipped the
flips you
bird and
off
walked
and walks away.
I think she likes me.
I think you're delusional.
That's racist. You can't talk to fish like that.
Oh, hush.
Oh
We
my
both know you're human.
Just because
Yeah,
I'm
you're
a
the
fish.
only human in this group. Come on.
Yep. You're picking on the minority here.
Says the one talking to a literal gel, probably the only one of a species, and, well,
Hey,
dragonborn are fairly common.
That's awful of you to suggest that one is this unique, is only this unique, and not
I
available
can't
anywhere
tell
The
if
else.
hole
you.
has been dug. Let's see if our friends are fucking dead.
Yeah,
Come on.
I'm
We got
gonna
shit
walk
to
with.
do.
I'm
This
gonna walk
town
with
is
Gel.
go- This town
Why are
needs
you
us.
being
Come on.
Adam?
Get the fuck on.
All right,
We go to the tavern.
You go to the. You enter the tavern. Immediately the tavern looks dead. Like it should not be this level of dead, but it is this level of dead.
Shocking. I say that as I walk in. All right. Is there
Is
anyone
what's his
here to
name there?
talk to?
What
You
was our
see
team member there?
no, you do not see anyone from your team there.
Is there anyone here, period?
Yes,
like a
there is
barkeep?
barkeep is chilling up at the front, cleaning some mugs out. There's
Alright.
one.
Yes.
There's a guy chilling in the corner. Kind of what seems to be kind of like shuffling a deck of cards as he's just playing, doing some like card tricks, like shuffles them, play like flips the card around his fingers, throws it back into the deck. The whole like kind of gambit from Deadpool 3 where he goes like that.
Yeah,
He's doing
card trick.
some cool shit with the cards. But yes, the barkeep is though just cleaning out a glass, just kind of absent-mindedly puts it on the counter, picks up another glass, just kind of continues to clean it. She's not
Let's
paying.
start with the bartender.
Yep.
Hello there.
What can I help you with?
Troubling times. Ain't it? We're here to try and assist with that, and I pull up the crest that's on the front of my vest. I
I'll see.
understand that two other men with this came through here.
Oh yes, the alcoholic and what was his name? Well, the other one. I'm sorry,
Well, to be honest, Evan, I forgot his name too.
I
I
think it
know
was.
that
I
Jedediah?
just remember Jedediah.
Yeah,
I only
Jedediah.
remember Jedediah.
I think it was Felix and Jebediah.
That
Steven?
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sure.
What was the name you said, John?
Steven?
Jedediah.
No, the first one.
What? Jedediah.
Yeah, he also said that he only
Jebediah.
remembers Jedediah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, I don't remember their names. They did come in here. Last they came in here, they were asking for information about something they said that they found in the woods. Fucking, I don't remember what it was. It was so long ago, and I just lost my husband a couple days ago.
I'm
The
terribly sorry for your loss, ma'am.
vampires. It'll be a lot
Would
better when you
this
deliver
help
their
your
heads.
memory? And I flash a coin at her.
The fuck good you think your money's gonna do here? Where
Sharpen your memory. I thought that's what you were doing. Like, oh, you don't remember. Like, how can you
Yeah,
possibly remember?
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
I
Corvus,
also thought she was doing that, and then she mentioned the personal tragedy that has shaken her world, and that makes it seem like she didn't want to bribe.
I'll
Oh,
take your
she
coin if you
loved her
want a drink.
husband. Oh,
Yeah,
oh. I thought it was
unlike
like
Susanna's
the other
piece of
way.
shit husband. She was glad to see him die.
oh,
Wait.
Oh,
Oh, so she is happy.
No, Susanna. No, my cousin
Wait.
Susanna is.
Oh,
My husband.
I'm sorry, Evan. I thought you were talking to us, not in character. My bad. I got
No, she's talking
confused.
in character.
yes,
No,
because Evan often has a strange accent.
yes.
he's
Good
doing a great
lord.
job, though.
Yes.
He is doing a great job.
Yeah, my cousin lost her husband. I lost mine, though she was happy to see him die. I was not. But I'll take your coin if you want a drink. I'll pour you a pint.
Sure.
You
What
want
you
boot
got?
or do you want mug?
I'll go with the what's the local tradition? Less.
She just nods her head, just grabs turns around, just kind of pulls out it's the glass is shaped like a boot.
Yeah, we all know what a boot is.
Oh, wonderful.
Evan.
So she holds the boot up, pours the ale into it, closes it, puts it in front of you, and says, "That's the local tradition."
Huh.
The
I
boot.
like it.
I guess boots come before preachers. Anyway, again, terribly sorry for your loss, but that
Oh,
is
thank you.
what we're here. We're here to deal with your issues, and yeah, if there's heads to cut off, or if there's heads to bring back, we'll bring one for you. But
Four heads to burn.
Wonderful, wonderful.
yeah, any information you got to share with us, anything that drunk bastard and our other somewhat forgettable friend might have rambled about, or any of their stuff.
Or anything you've
Oh,
seen yourself.
I remember them asking about, like I said earlier, I remember them asking about something they found in the woods. I believe they said it was an abandoned house of some sorts, that it was still needing to be built. Looked half built, kind of ruined. That's really all I remember.
Did they say what part of the woods it was in?
Oh, I believe they said it was maybe a mile. Oh shit, where's my map? She kind of starts rummaging underneath the table, not underneath the table, under the bar. Pulls like a very kind of almost poorly drawn map out. Puts it on the table. He kind of points to where Balewood is, and good lord, these dice hate you. So she doesn't notice it, but someone roll me, all of y'all roll me perception, please.
Oh, okay. 1 second.
That's a 19 from me.
17.
Ooh, I did not roll well. I rolled a 7.
All right. So Adam, you can very clearly see that it looks like she has there seems to be a very clear like mark of where her finger had went previously to one location with an X on it, and her finger seems to be going in a different location. But you can very clearly see that there was a smudge mark of where she had moved her finger across the map and pointed to where the house might have been.
Okay. Nothing suspicious about that. I'll ask about the one smudged location.
Oh, would you look at that? I'm very sorry, dear. So I guess I did end up telling them where. I guess I did end up actually remembering where it is. I'm so sorry. You personal loss, and I'm
Can I roll
sure you.
insight?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
can roll
also
insight.
want to.
Uh-oh. I am now very worried for this woman, if she's supposedly a good person.
Deon, do you want to say
17
your
for
roll
Gal.
first?
Yeah,
What'd you get,
17 for
Gordon?
Gal.
19.
Yeah, you can. She's genuinely just forgetful, distraught,
Kind of in shock.
still in
Damn,
shock.
these people are suspicious, but they're innocent. It's crazy.
Y'all are just like sketchy of everyone. But that's to be fair. You
I
guys are
wouldn't-
monster hunters.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them suspicious, but I would call them weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you get the same feeling. Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Although to be fair, and me and Josh fed into each other real hard in the other campaign. We just think that all of Evan's characters are suspicious shit.
Yeah, I hate both of you and all of you.
Well, don't be so suspicious.
Hey,
I'm
you
not
play
trying
the
to be
gods
suspicious.
sketchy as hell.
I did play Hermes and Athena sketchy as fuck.
Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway,
all right. Well, thank you for the information, Miss.
here. Why don't you
there
can keep the
anyone?
map if you want.
Thank you. Is there anyone else you think we should talk to in town that would be helpful? Also, where were they staying?
Third floor. I can get you their room keys if you want.
Oh, that would be delightful.
She reaches around. She's looking. She's like 17, 17. All right, here you go. She hands you a one key labeled 17. And then she looks for the other one. She's like 19, 19. And here you go. And she hands you another key with 19 labeled on it.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, do we want to address the only person in this town that seems to be happy and functioning? And I'm pointing at the dude doing sick card tricks in the corner. Or
I
do we want
what?
to just go check the
Yeah,
rooms first?
Well, let's go
bring
talk to him because the rooms aren't going
Yeah.
anywhere. This dude might.
room. Yeah, what Adam said. Rooms aren't going anywhere, and we'll bring him a drink, disarm him a bit. See what's up.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely. Deon is just worried that it's a red herring that Evan threw at us. But yeah, let's go for it.
I think that again, that's just because Evan's suspicious as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Evan, I think the reason why we're so suspicious is because in your delivery, you kind of carry the tone of like that's in certain movies of like in horror movies when things are going a bit too well. It's just really pleasant, really
It's a
well
shame none of us
delivered.
played a paladin because there's a non-zero chance that everyone is a vampire and we just can't tell.
It's kind of
Honestly,
it's
that would
kind
be
of like the
hilarious.
devil's
But
smile.
none of us
It's
played
really
none of us are playing a paladin. None of us have divine sense.
or a
This
cleric.
is
Yeah, like
this is true.
it's kind of
Anyway.
like the devil's smile. It's really wide, it's charismatic, it's almost warm, but there's something just not quite right. It's just a little off.
But yeah, let's go offer to buy Card Trick Bro a drink.
And I am playing
It's
these
a compliment,
characters
by the
perfectly.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I took that as 100% compliment. It means I'm doing my job properly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll get him a drink and a boot at that just to bring it over.
So so he's sitting in like a corner booth as well. It's a nice round corner booth. He's kind of sitting in the middle, just flicking the cards around. As we get closer, you can see that the deck, the cards have kind of like purple, intricate drawings on the back of them. But you don't seem to be able to get a clear look at the front of the cards with how fast he's moving them.
Okay. Can I make a history
Well-
check with the back of the cards?
What's up?
Is it are the back of the cards like noteworthy enough to constitute like a history check for it, or
Nope.
okay?
You just seem like
Sorry,
cards
what
that
were
he's
you-
just flipping around.
What's the vibe of
Right.
the dude? I know I said functional dude who's having a good time, but that was mostly interpreting. What is the actual vibe of this man?
He's just sitting there.
Depression or
No, he is just sitting there, and it almost seems like he's sitting there, and everyone roll me history. Everyone feel free to roll investigation or perception, whichever is higher for you.
Oh, not one.
natural 3?
Natural 1.
You're fucking
Okay,
kidding.
Nice.
I win with a fucking 9.
That's wild.
Good God. All right.
Can I just
Two
go off
crits.
of my instincts then?
I apologize for the shitty roll.
Lead
Man.
us to victory, Mr. Gelatin.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna go off of my instincts here.
Yeah,
and,
go off your instincts.
Yeah. Hello. Morning, sir.
Well, hello,
Now,
friends. What can I do for you?
Well, my mama always told me, well, I don't have a mama, but someone always told me that if you see an interesting fella sitting in the corner of a tavern that doesn't quite fit the mood of the town he's in, they're always worth talking to. So, if you wouldn't mind enjoying this boot with us, you seem like a fellow man. You seem like a fellow worth talking to.
It depends. I could very well be worth your time. I could very well not be worth your time. So as he does that, he stops and like all the deck of cards stops and he puts it down just in front of him. Like he just just places the deck of cards in front of him.
An
Lovely
interesting deck
cards.
of cards you got there.
Sorry, what was
By
that?
all
Corvus?
means, John, you can take the lead
No,
on this
I
one.
wasn't taking like command of the situation. I was just commenting. But those are interesting
Yeah.
cards.
Indeed, they are. Got them as a gift from an old friend.
Huh. We're looking for friends as well. Two guys,
Well,
one real drunk, one kind of, bland in the face. I know that's kind of funny coming from a guy who is literally blank in the face unless he chooses to clench and form a face, and I clench and form a face.
oh yes, I remember your friends.
But
They were here.
yeah, they talk to you. You talk to them. Out of
No,
curiosity.
I don't believe anyone in this town has. No one in this town has come over and spoken to me.
Oh, you Jebediah, you drunk piece of shit. And how long you been in town? You been here for the whole month that this whole vampire thing's been going down?
I come and go. I was here a week ago when your friends were from. It seemed like the generic vibe I'm getting from everyone else here was when they were last seen at the town. And then I left for a couple days and then came back. I had some business down south I had to go take care of, and then I came back.
And have you been having any trouble with the vampires? I mean, lone traveler at night and whatnot?
I travel during the day.
Mm,
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, wise. Wise.
Where were you headed?
Where was I? Where was I? You want to know where I was headed?
Yeah, I'm just curious. I mean, we're looking for places of note that might be of any interest just to check out in the area. Being, to be honest with you, it gets kind of drab just being in either the woods or the town or anything like
Mhm.
that. We want to spice things up a bit. So, I mean, not to invade your privacy. We were just curious.
Oh no, that's
Any
perfectly
interesting
fine, friend.
places?
No, I went south to Brimble Thatch. Had a
Brimblehead.
deliver. Yes, they had having an ale competition that I was invited to go and judge.
Ooh. Any
I'm
good
sorry,
contenders?
we've been incredibly rude. My name is Gail. You are? And sorry, John, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but
Yeah, you're good.
He looks off into the distance and he's like, name. Sorry, believe I had one too many, and my brain is a bit frazzled and all the ale competition. I'm still recovering from that. You can call me Herm. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I believe the rest of you have introductions as well.
Yeah, I'm Corvus, mate. Good to meet you.
And I
Pleasure
go
to
by
meet you,
Adam.
Corvus. No
Pleasure.
last name, Adam? Just Adam?
Adam.
Just Adam.
Just Adam.
Well done. First time I found someone like that who does not have a last name. Well, I guess I'm lying. I don't have a last name either. So, anyway, what
Well,
brings you lads to town?
well,
looking
I'm
for some
not
friends.
sure if you. Oh, you gonna talk, Ashton?
Yeah, I'll talk for a minute if that's cool.
Go for it. Go for
We're
it.
we're looking for some friends who passed through here. They haven't reported back in or contacted us, so just trying to get some information.
Interesting. Oh yes, these would be the same friends that Gel was talking about, I believe, right?
That would be correct.
Sorry, mate. Wish I could offer some more assistance, but the last I saw them was a week ago.
But
Can
you
I
did
roll
see him.
insight?
Slowly sips. Damn it.
Can I roll insight for this guy's body language and for signs of deception?
Yeah, sure.
And to help with that, I would like to ask a more direct question. So, you are aware that this town is, besieged by horrific creatures of the night, and there's a literal wall of corpses about it outside. Well, I guess more a pile, but you seem particularly unbothered by all that. And I'm just curious as to why.
When you have been through about as many adventures as sorry. When you've
And
been
I
through
would
as
assume
many
that's the
adventures
help
as I
action
have.
for John's insight.
Right. Yeah, that can do that. John, roll your insight
19.
with advantage, please. Oh, did you roll
19.
twice or just once?
I rolled twice. I needed that help because I rolled a 2 the first time. And I rolled an
Wonderful.
18 the second time.
Nice.
Yeah, it's hard to get a read on him. You can't fully tell if he's lying. You can't fully tell if he's telling the truth. But you know enough that you can kind of read his body language, and he is just very relaxed.
Okay.
Well,
So
I don't suppose an experienced adventurer like you has any advice or assistance to offer.
I see you all have silver weapons, so that'll help you. And I believe I saw the barkeep give you her map. Is that correct?
I mean, it's a piece of paper with some lines on it, if I'm being honest, but we'll probably find our way.
Huh. No, you three are from the Talons, correct?
That does appear to be what's on my chest. Well, chest's a relative term, but
I believe you three have the experience needed to make your way there. He picks up the cards and kind of continues to shuffle them as he's still talking to you guys.
I spin my marbles.
Oh, that's a neat little party trick you've got there. Or shit, hold on. Yeah, actually, yeah, the bartender says that. She's like, "Well, that's a neat little party trick you've got there."
Thanks.
I know,
I'm
right?
full
But
of
he
them.
refuses to do it. Refuses to
John.
do it in front of bombers.
John. Stop it.
No, lads. If your friend here decides that he wants to enter the solo party game, I see why not. Bring in some extra gold.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be permanent, okay? That's all I'm saying, Gal. It wouldn't be permanent.
I just glare at you. There's no
So
words.
obviously,
Glare at you.
I know why he knows that, but not a lot of people would just assume that somebody's friend talks regularly about selling them to nobles temporarily. That's a strange thing to cold guess about a group of people, ain't
No,
it?
John
Not
mentioned
everyone.
it.
Not everyone. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. What? I
You
feel like I
mentioned
missed
that he
something.
should do that for money.
No, John just said, I know, right? But he always refuses to do it. And then Herm said something that clearly implies he's heard Corvus talk about selling selling Gel to or renting him out to noble parties for raids.
Oh, no.
yeah, huh?
Oh no,
Good catch.
And
okay, no,
obviously, Ashton and I know what you're doing, but
I
Gel
misheard what John
doesn't.
said. I actually misheard what John
Ah,
said.
my apologies.
I thought John had actually said to sell that you should do it as like a party trick to get money.
No, I meant more so to swoon barmaids, but yeah, that too.
Okay. So then, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I was
try
accusing
fixing
this
it.
stranger of having information that he
Following
could
us,
only
of course.
have if he had been listening to us last
Yeah.
night or something.
Mhm.
But apparently he didn't say that. That was entirely several miscommunications.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
All right. Well, unless we're about to play some kind of card game, which I'm not sure I want to gamble with someone who can do that to their cards. I
Would
think
you want to take a
time
draw?
to bid you adieu.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna regret this so fucking much. I
Don't do
reached
it.
out to take a draw.
You take a draw?
This is gonna be a terrible idea, isn't it?
All right.
Oh, get ready to cut my hand off if it goes too badly, boys. And just I grow an extra hand, just incredibly thin pseudopod, and I reach into the deck of or into the fan of cards that I assume he's presenting me.
No, it's a single, so he folds it back up into the deck and puts it on the table.
All right, how fucked am I?
Gel, how many cards do you wish to draw?
I'd say be
No, I'm
sensible,
not
but
doing
you already
one.
surpassed it. You've already passed that
I
point.
was going to roll a d8, but it came up as a 1. That's not enough. 5.
You're going to draw 5 cards. All
Yep.
right. And then, okay.
Lads, you may want to back up. This cannot go well.
So actually, yeah. So what he does is he fans them out for you, Deon. So do you want me to, or Gel? So do you want me to just randomly pick 5 cards for you?
Sure.
Okay. So we're gonna do 1. We're gonna do 2. We're gonna call that 3. We're gonna do 4. We're gonna do 5. So you draw the 5 cards. He seals the deck back up. As he seals the deck back up, kind of squishes his hands together, and the deck seems to the deck disappears fully. Let us see what Deon has drawn.
Okay, now can we roll Arcana and or History? I mean, I know what I've done, but do our characters?
DM me what? No, I want you to DM me what you think you've done, and then I will see what the judgment, and then I will pass judgment down on what your characters will know.
To your account or to the Wolfmaster or the
Wolfpack. Yeah. Send it to our dummy account.
All right, go ahead, man.
No, did you send it? Oh, you're typing. All right, so he hands. So you draw the 5 cards. You form them in a stack in front of you. Understandable, Deon. All right, so Deon, are you ready to reveal your first card? Deal? All right.
I am.
So you hold the 5 cards in a stack in front of you. You flip over the first one. Oh my good lord. Okay.
Am I dead?
Nope. The first card that you flip over. What the fuck is it? Oh, wrong sheet. There we go. All right. The first card you flip over has an eye on it. On it reads the name. I can't hold this up, but this is what the card looks like for visual people. The card name reads Uriel. Deon, you now have a -2 penalty on saving throws while cursed. You are now cursed, and only a god or the
No.
only a god or a different card can end this curse. Deon, are
Well,
you
fuck
ready for your
me.
second card?
I mean, I have to take all 5. Bring
Yep.
it on.
Your second card shows it up. There is a mask. It reads Fool.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Or Deon.
So nothing happens to you because we don't do experience, but you need to draw again. So I'm drawing for you from the top of the deck, Deon. You flip this card over instead, and it is revealed to be Star.
Ooh, that's actually a good one.
Deon, you have the ability. You can increase one of your ability scores by 2. The score cannot exceed 20, or the score can exceed 20, but it cannot exceed 24.
Ooh.
I will let you make that adjustment to your character sheet. I'm flipping your third card.
What do you think, guys? 22 in dexterity or 18 in wisdom?
I do the
think
wisdom.
22 in dexterity.
22 decks, yeah.
All
Then
right.
go for the dex.
Your next card reads Comet.
All right, my armor class is 19.
Awesome. I will have to. We'll update the. I'll update it. Text me the changes tonight, and I will update them tomorrow. The next card you draw is Comet. If you single-handedly defeat the next hostile monster or group of monsters you encounter, you gain experience points enough to gain 1 level. Otherwise, this card has no effect. You draw the next card. The next card looks like this. It's very hard to see on the webcam, and I apologize for viewers. That card reads Ruin.
Ah, fuck.
Deon, all forms of wealth that you carry or own other than magic items are lost to you. Portable property vanishes, businesses, buildings, and land you own are lost in a way that alters reality the least. Any documentation that proves you should own something lost to this card also disappears.
I don't think I
You just
have any
kind of,
money, and
yeah,
all of the things I own are literally floating inside me. That one doesn't really do much. Is that
it
a
doesn't.
permanent thing, or is that anything I
No,
own right now?
it's a one and done.
Okay, so that
I'm
didn't
gonna
do
treat it as one
anything.
and done.
So Comet and Uriel are the only things that I still need to worry about.
All right. And the last card is Rogue. Flip it over and it reveals Rogue. A non-player character of the GM's choice becomes hostile toward you. The identity of your new enemy isn't known until the NPC or someone else reveals it. Nothing less than a wish spell or divine intervention can end the NPC's hostility towards you.
Okay.
Well. You are the
Define
first
single-handedly.
by
Also,
yourself.
do I know? Okay. Also, do I know this about these things? Does Gel know what he needs to do for these?
Yes. As you
Cool.
flip the card and you read
Remind
it
me
says,
what Uriel did. The first one that cursed me.
you have a -2 penalty on saving throws. Well. Not everyone draws from the deck. I must say it was.
Can I know? Do I know who this is now?
Do you know?
You named him Herm. The fuck do you mean? Do I know?
We will get to there. I must applaud you. I must applaud you for being brave enough to draw from the deck. He kind of just snaps.
You gonna applaud me well enough to remove the -2 penalty?
I will be I will let you keep, for being brave enough to draw from the deck. I will let you keep one of the cards that you have drawn, and all of the cards appear before you. So Uriel, Star, Comet, Ruin, and Rogue kind of all appear before you in a floating manner.
Ooh. Oh, the
I will let you pick
temptation.
one, and I will remove the others.
Oh, because I can either take the star and get my juiced ability scores, or I can take the comet, run into the woods, go punch a bear until it's dead, and hit level 8.
I don't know. I
We'll
think
level
that
up eventually anyway. I'm taking the +2. I'll keep the star.
All right. Very well.
Smart.
So he snaps his fingers. You feel the curse lift off of you. But the star
Ugh,
card kind of comes towards
tingling.
you and like wraps around you, and you get your +2 ability score.
Ah, again, I do not have a mama, but if I did, she would be right. You always want to talk to a mysterious stranger sitting in the corner of a tavern whose attitude does not match the fucking situation.
Your mother would be a wise woman if you had one.
Yeah,
Now, I believe
I'd like
you
to think
three
so.
have some monsters to go fight.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Mm-hmm. Corvus Adam, do you wish to try your luck?
I'm
I'm
gonna
okay.
regret
Thank
this. I'm gonna draw 3.
Before they follow in my foolish footsteps, are the cards that I pulled removed from the deck now, or do they have the same chance to get them?
No, your cards have been removed until I decide to until I work some magic on my deck. It regenerates in a week. So if should I run into you again in a week's time, you are more than welcome to take your chances again, Mr. Gell. But and he like fans the deck out kind of in front of you two, Corvus and Adam. He's like, who's ballsy enough to try?
The temptation is there.
I'm good personally.
All right.
What do you think,
Adam?
Gil? 3? Do you think 3 is a fair drawing?
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, I think 3's reasonable.
Awesome.
All right.
Ashton. Oh, I kind of. Nah, I'm the DM. I can see him. So, Ashton, if you see my hand, tell me where you want me to draw your 3 from. I will put it closer for you.
Do in this order, 1 from the far right.
So this one.
Yep.
Okay, that's one.
1 from the far left,
That one.
and 1 dead center.
That is that one. All right. So he closes the deck back up, does the same thing, kind of squeezes it into his hand, it disappears. And so we'll do last card first. Adam, you flip it over and the card reads throw.
What is that?
You gain proficiency in the persuasion skill, and you double your proficiency bonus on checks made with that skill. In
Ooh.
addition, you gain rightful ownership of a small keep somewhere in the world. However, the keep is currently in the hands of monsters, which you must clear out before you can claim the keep as yours.
Well, it's a good thing we're monster hunters.
Right?
You
Hey!
draw your
Hey, we're not homeless anymore.
Let's
you draw
go.
your second card. Your
Yep.
second card is Vizier. At any time you choose within 1 year of drawing this card, you can ask a question in meditation and mentally receive a truthful answer to that question. Besides information, the answer helps you solve a puzzling problem or other dilemma. In other words, the knowledge comes with wisdom on how to apply it.
That's really useful.
And your third card you drew is Balance. But that Balance reads as, your mind suffers a wrenching alteration, causing your alignment to change. Lawful becomes chaotic, good becomes evil, and vice versa. If you are true neutral or unaligned, this card has no effect on you. So for that one, I'm gonna say your personality flips.
So I'm just an asshole now. Cool.
Yes.
Got it. Fuck you, Corvus. Fuck you, Gil.
Well,
You know
Oh
what? You
god.
know
I
what?
would have gone from chaotic good to chaotic evil. That would have been
Yeah.
bad.
I'll draw a
well,
couple.
Now.
Why not? I'll draw two.
Corvus,
Evan, save those cards for me.
wait for. Hold on, Corvus, before
That
you
was
are
only
so eager
two.
to draw. What's
That
up?
was only 2 cards for
No, he got
Ashton.
3.
No, I
He
did
got
3.
Throne,
You
Vizier,
got
and
3.
Balance.
Right.
I
Adam,
got
I'm
really
going to
lucky.
offer. I'm going to offer you the same opportunity that I gave Gel. All 3 cards float in front of you. You may pick one to keep, and the others shall be discarded. Which one shall you keep, Adam?
I
You need
want
me
to
to read them
keep.
for you again?
I know what I would pick.
I kind of want to do the first one because that was the one with the ability score improvement as well as the keep filled with monsters, correct?
Yes. So
Yeah.
Throne is your proficiency in the persuasion skill, and you double your proficiency bonus on checks made with that skill.
Yes, I would
In
like
addition.
Throne.
All right. So the Throne, the other 2 cards disappear in a puff of smoke, and Throne kind of flows towards you, and like wraps kind of around your body, and the effects of Throne take place for you. Now, I believe we have our next contestant. He does the same thing, Corvus. He flips the deck, holds it to you, and says, "Pick as many as you want, my good sir."
I have a bit of a request, if you don't mind.
Oh, what is the request?
I'd like you to choose one, and I will keep it.
You want me to choose? Ooh, that is a dangerous choice to make, friend. I would suggest drawing your own.
Can I roll insight with that? Like basically, if I, in hopes of determining what are the chances of him giving me a good one versus giving me a bad one if I have him choose.
I'm gonna to spare you some time. You can't read his expression. He has a smile on his face, like he's being very friendly. He has a smile towards you, but he's holding the deck, and also he's not holding it this way because as the DM, I can see all of these. So he's holding it more like this. This is just super hard to see on the camera.
I see.
So
Okay. All
yeah,
right. In that case, is he fanning them, or are they all laid
yeah,
out
no,
like one?
they're fanned like this.
I choose the third one from the far left.
Okay, so you got to guide my finger. So this
Oh,
is left, right? So 1, 2, 3. This
yes.
one.
So the third one.
All right. Are you only
Yes.
drawing 1, or are you drawing 2?
I'll draw 2 since I'm drawing my own, and I'll take the second one from the left.
So this one,
Yeah, number
that
2.
one, correct? All right.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Which order do you wish to reveal them in? Do you want to do your first one first, or your second one first?
First one first, please.
All right. Your first one you receive is gem. So you get 25 pieces of jewelry worth 2,000 gold pieces each, or 50 gems worth 1,000 gold pieces each appear at your feet. So for you guys, it just appears on the table.
50 gems.
Yes. And the second one, John, that you draw is labeled the Void.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Allow me to read this for you. Yeah, I was dreading when he selected it. This black card spells disaster. Your soul is drawn from your body and contained in an object in a place of the GM's choice. One or more powerful beings guard the place. While your soul is trapped in this way, your body is incapacitated. A wish spell
Quick
can't
que-
restore your soul, but the spell reveals the location of the object that holds it. You draw no more cards. Yes, go, Deon.
He's a super cursed pirate. Is his
Mhm.
soul even in his body right now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I tried,
trapped,
John.
but
You're fucked.
untethered. No. Well, I get to choose one, right?
No, I
Hopefully.
get yes. So right now, because you drew the second card, that effect takes place, and your body gets pulled into the boot that you ordered. So your body just kind of slumps forward, and your
I
soul
catch
is
him.
is trapped in the boot. You can still
Hey.
hear everything going on.
I would
Whoa, I
like to
was
just before
Well,
I
fuck.
freeze, before I'm like Petrificus Totalis, I'd just like to go,
Mhm.
oh fuck. Like as I
Yeah.
get broken.
Hey,
So
you
you just
think this is how Jed died?
no,
Probably.
I can guarantee you your friends did not draw from this deck. However, seeing as how your friend drew the one card that I really was holds the most excitement for me, Corvus, and your soul comes back into your body. Um, I'm gonna give you the same option that I gave the other two, but I'm gonna guess you're gonna go with this one. And he holds up Gem.
Well, you know, I was surprisingly back in my true form, wherever I just was. It was nice to not be fishy for a moment. So while it is tempting, I will take you up on that offer and select Gem if you don't mind.
Wonderful. A bag. So all of the gold, all of wait, which option do you want, by the way, for Gem?
The 50 gems worth 1,000 gold each.
Okay, cool. So all the 50 gems, there's just a just kind of mold together, start to glow, and just a bag appears with them all
Wow,
in it.
mighty generous of you. Thank you, Herb.
Yes, it is not every day that people draw from the deck of many things.
Real
Now,
quick,
friends.
Evan.
Yes. Mhm.
Regarding the keep that is now under my ownership, do I know where that is, or do I have to go and find it?
That would be a
Let me
massive
check the
troll
card.
if you had to go through all the realms to look for it. Oh
Evan's
my
checking
gosh.
that. Lads, I need your advice
Yeah,
for
what's
the
up, bro?
+2. So, if
Yeah.
I make my dexterity 22, that increases all of my combat stuff as well as my stealth.
Right.
Or I can put it into wisdom, and that bumps up my monk ability spell save DC for like stunning strike and my breath attack weapons and stuff. And
So
either way,
Hmm.
both of them increase my armor class by 1.
if
I
that's
would
the
do
case,
wisdom.
yeah, I would go wisdom because hitting harder and making sure they actually get afflicted with the desired effect sounds much nicer.
Yeah. Well, that and you're leveling up your monk abilities. So
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. Ashton, to answer your question, yes, you know where the keep is.
Sweet.
Am I going to tell you right now? Fuck no.
You don't
Oh,
need to know that right now.
You don't
That's
need to
fine.
know that right now.
sadness.
Well, I
Yeah,
believe.
we're not homeless, and Corvus is rich as hell.
Now, I believe.
yeah, we are loaded, lads.
And
Drinks
I'm
on me for
wiser.
life. Drinks on me for life. I got him. I got the tab.
All right,
All
someone
right,
write that down.
Corvus, this is not, yeah, and Corvus, this is not greed talking. This is, I guess, common sense. Obviously, you will keep the vast majority, but do you want to, like, stash some of those on us? Like,
Yeah,
just
well,
in
yeah.
case?
Well, okay. This is how it works in pirate culture, lads. You share the booty. So yeah, I'll split it 3 ways with y'all.
Oh,
Um,
god damn. That is so much more than I thought this was going to be. Okay.
I will not complain.
or if we want to make it as close as possible, since it's 50 and it's hard to divvy it up. Well, it's
You
worth
can keep
50,000
the.
gold. I keep 20, and you each get 15.
Works for
Works
me.
for me.
Perfect.
I'm glad to see the deck worked out in your favor.
Well, I'm
So
glad
am
to see
I.
it. I'm glad
If I
that
had.
you're generous and didn't make me
Yeah.
stuck in that card for eternity.
Yeah, you
Hmm.
definitely got fucked the hardest of all the bad cards.
Yeah, you
It
actually
was
were
a trip
stuck.
though.
You were stuck in the boot, actually. A
I got
card
to see my
disappeared.
own. Never mind. Well, I was human for a while. I'll just put it that way.
A while, like 10 seconds.
10 seconds for you.
Let
No.
the poor man enjoy his whatever.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I believe that does conclude my time here.
All right.
If
Alright.
I,
Locate.
I'm sorry, what was that, Corvus?
We've got friends to locate. Thank you for your help.
Don't thank me yet. You very well may die. And with that, he just disappears into a kind of a puff of smoke.
Yada yada dangerous.
Well, that wasn't all.
I'm gonna give myself inspiration for that.
Yeah,
think
danger
it'll
is
work.
my friend.
All right. Well, I mean, in our experience, the more danger we're in, the more likely to getting paid we are. So,
Yeah, we're referencing a thing you don't like, John, but
oh,
yeah.
gotcha. Oh, it's a.
It's
You
a
don't like that?
reference from a song. What's that?
Yeah, from a certain musical or other.
Yes,
Man.
Yeah, you
yes
can.
it is.
Yeah, yeah, you can reference. It's from Epic. I quoted a
Mm.
character from Epic. I think I bought no. It was, do you say "Don't thank me, friend"? You very well may. Yeah. Don't thank me. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
You
but
said
because
it
there's
correctly. I
multiple.
was
you
questioning
said it
John.
correctly.
Okay. Yeah. No, John has not listened to Epic.
No, he
No,
doesn't
Uncultured.
I
like
have not.
musicals.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah.
uh,
Yes.
now that
So
we have
he's just
had our
gone.
good fortune, are we gonna go investigate their rooms? Are we going to go sprint into the woods? Are we going to call it a night?
Well, it is almost 9.
It's
I
still in
think
the
maybe
morning.
we can.
He
Talking
means
Maybe
real
we
it's
life,
can.
buddy.
currently actually 9.
Oh yes, 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 yes.
Maybe we can investigate their beds and finish up in town before heading out to the woods. Maybe, and that's what we call it. I don't know. Just
That's what
shooting
I was
ideas
thinking. That
out.
works for you guys.
That
Works for
works for
me.
me.
All right.
Alrighty. So you all,
Let's check out these rooms.
yes. All right. So you head up to the second floor. Who grabs the bag?
I
I
grabbed
can
the
grab
bag.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All you, Corvus.
Yep. So when Corvus grabs the bag, Corvus, you realize it is spectacularly light.
Ooh, is it what I think it is?
You can open it and find out.
Is it a bag of holding?
You gonna open it?
Yeah, I open it.
You open it and you just kind of stare into a black void.
Woo!
It's a bag of holding.
Hold on. Hold on, Corvus. Leave it open. And I'm going to extend my body slime and just dive into it.
Did you just fuck my bag? I call into the void.
Maybe.
Is it?
What
Gelf.
do I see?
What's it like down there?
Yeah, what do I see?
You see the gems. Like, so the way that I picture bag of holdings is you basically, like, you jump in, you're kind of just floating in nothing, and you just see 50,000 gold worth of gems just kind of floating around you.
I'm just surrounded by beautiful, glittering stars. Only they're so much prettier than stars, because I know how much fucking money these are worth.
You lucky bastard, I wish I could fit in there. Must be like a dragon horde.
You're the one who recognized it as a bag of holding. Climb in, dumbass.
Wait, hold on. Out of character. Regular-sized people can fit into a bag of holding.
Technically,
I mean, you could fit like your leg in there.
try and kick
It's
Gil
not-
out of there.
Is it?
It's not that big of a bag.
Oh, so it's not like
I don't
Newt's
know.
Commander.
Maybe turn your
No.
head sideways and just stick one of the
Yeah.
eyes in.
I stick my head sideways so I can get one of my hammerhead eyes in to just kind of peer into the bag. What?
I have made my entire body into just an enormous ass and am mooning you when you come in. Just bright red.
That's not very ladylike.
You don't know what I am.
True, but neither do you.
Bitch, I'm fabulous. And I climb out past you.
Yeah, that we can agree on. Anyway, well, thank you, Evan. That's a lovely gift.
I am glad you all decided to. I got to finally use that, and I've had it for I think a year.
And yes,
Oh.
Evan, not letting me roll Arcana to know what it was is the better option.
To be
Because,
fair, I
yes,
wasn't
obviously
going
I
to tell
knew
you
what it
either
was.
way. But yeah. I'm pretty sure Deon knew because he knows that I have the deck of many things because I bought it from the same company he bought his stuff.
I forgot that you bought it, but
I did. I got it for Christmas
Yeah.
last year.
yeah.
And I have been waiting to use it. And I finally got to use it.
Much
Yeah,
joy.
the cards were really cool. For whatever reason, I got Brendan vibes from him. But anyway.
Oh yeah, we'll explain who he is and everything in the post game. But
Yeah.
let's
Or
go
who
to
he
the
is.
rooms.
To the rooms.
To the rooms, to the
I
walls.
guess let's start with 17.
What?
So as you also are going up to the rooms, you see you happen to see Mintha and Ivala come out of their room. Both of them holding what appears to be was it Mintha continuing to scribble in her notebook. And by the way, so rooms 1 through 10 are on the second floor, are on the first floor, like the lobby being the actual tavern. First floor is rooms 1 through 10, and second floor is rooms 11 through 20.
Okay.
Okay. And we have the key to room 17, was it?
17 and 19.
And 19,
Yep.
so they had separate rooms.
So
Okay.
yeah, so as you climb up past the first floor, you see the two of them, and you see them entering their room.
From what way were they coming?
What do you mean? Like they
probably just walked in behind us while we were
Oh, okay,
playing
so
with forces we don't understand and went upstairs to their room.
so it doesn't look like they came from room 17 and 19.
No, they're on the first floor. So your rooms are on the
Gotcha,
second
gotcha.
floor. Yeah, they're entering room like 5.
Ooh.
Ah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I guess do they notice us or?
No, they're not paying you any attention.
All right, since we noticed them, I'm going to produce 2 mouths into their ears and quick whisper, "Lads, do we want to tell them about the cabin in the woods and try and bring them with us, or at least inform them that there is a cabin in the woods that is the last place our boys were seen?" Yay or
Yeah.
nay? Oh, right. And I switch the tentacles from mouths to ears.
Maybe.
Now you can
I mean,
respond.
maybe. I mean, I don't want us to tip them off to where they steal our quarry, but having help could benefit us because we really don't know what we're walking into over there.
Yeah, I don't quite trust his competence, but Iro did say like 20,
It wouldn't hurt.
which is a lot.
5 is better than 3. 4 each sounds a lot better than 6 each.
Mhm.
All right, let's check the rooms first, and then tell them.
I think that's a good
Tell them
idea.
now. All right, to the rooms. All right, you arrive at the door of room 17.
You put the key in. You turn the door. You open it. Across the room, you find pages of just like almost like mad kind of ramblings. Something about, is it like master of the, and then it just seems to trail off. But it seems like repeating, like like master of the trail off, master of the, like it's like the pen trailing off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see like the house in the woods, like a madman, like someone went mad and just started scribbling all of this across various pages, and they're like strewn about the room.
I mean, it already looked bad for our boys, but this looks fucking terrible. Oh, it was funnier when we didn't have confirmation. Now I feel bad about the jokes.
I mean, he was an alcoholic. I mean, and we still don't have proof that
whose
he's
room
gone.
is whose?
17
that's
is 17 is Jebediah's, 19 is Felix's.
Okay.
Felix! That's his name.
Felix. Yeah. Well, I mean, I collect. Can I collect like his main journal? Like, am I able to semi-organize his pages into like one book, just so we can keep them as documentation?
Yeah, it's just multiple pages repeating the same thing. But yeah, you can collect them all and put them in the bag of holding as a bundled book if you want.
Yeah, just so we
And
can.
is
I don't
there,
know.
No, you go for it.
Just so we can like have them in case we discover something later on and need to reference them or whatnot, if there's any hidden messages on the pages, that kind of thing.
Also, paper is expensive and useful in this time period. Is there anything else of note in the room?
Mm-mm.
Any
Alrighty
blood
then.
signs of a struggle, anything like that?
No signs of a struggle. The bed is neatly made. Everything looks intact.
Ooh.
I have never known an alcoholic to make their bed.
How long does it appear to? Can I investigate like the dust and stuff in the room? Like, how long does it seem like this place has been undisturbed?
Just the week that they've been gone.
Okay, so tavern attendants haven't, like housekeepers haven't gone in the room or anything.
No. She had handed you a second copy of the keys because she keeps a master copy of each key as well.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's check on Felix's room.
Yeah, so we go to 19.
You open the door to Felix's room. You see his gear bag, like his little gear pouch, just sitting on the bed, wide open. You see kind of what looks like bloody bandages, like he had wrapped, kind of laying on the floor. But other than that, the room looks still intact. The window is locked. Everything is looks like it's in good condition. But you just see his gear bag still up there, and you just see like some used bandages on the floor.
We should check
Any
the
kind of
recently.
blood trail?
No blood trail.
What did you say, John?
We should check the recently deceased, like those 4 bodies that were recently buried.
Yeah. Fuck, I hope he hasn't burned them yet. Since I'm fastest, I'm going to run out to go deal with that. Check his gear bag! And I'm gonna run off to go make sure that the bodies haven't been burned yet, and then exhume them and see if they're our boys.
I'll follow after.
All right, so Corvus will investigate the gear bag.
The gear bag.
Yeah, Gel did shout that.
Yeah, I'll get the gear bag if Adam doesn't, and I'll wrap things up in the room. Any letters, any missives written, anything hinting at their mission?
Inside the gear bag, you see the initial letter that was written from the townspeople asking Shieldmaster Hendrix for help, saying that they're having a vampire problem and they need hunters to be able to help deal with the problem.
Is it signed by anyone, like a mayor?
No, it's just written from like one of the citizens.
Okay. What's in his gear bag? Anything unique?
Normal
Anything?
monster hunter gear, sword sharpener, some rations, rope. I like a crowbar, like Gel has. Holy water, kind of stuff made to fight vampires. You also
I'll pocket the
see,
holy water.
you also see a bunch of like silver, like that.
Ooh.
That seemed like it was bundled up in a bag. Written on it said to melt down.
I put the silver in the bag of holding as well.
Wonderful. And that's all you see. You don't see a journal. You don't see anything else.
Okay. And for good measure, I'll take his rations, put them in the bag as well. Can never have too many.
All right. And is that all you wish to do in the room, Corvus?
Yeah, I'll give it a final once over, looking for anything that is irregular, stands out, anything maybe hidden.
Roll me investigation.
Okay. And after that, I'll head to I'll reunite with the group.
Mhm.
All right. You said investigation?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, I rolled a nat 1.
You can't find anything in the room.
Okay. So yeah, I fight with them.
All right. Gil, you get outside first after you shout that. You look left and right, and you kind of see a fire about to be started. And Iroh looks over at you, and he's looks at you kind of, as you just burst out the door, and he's like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, I sprint over real quick. Before you burn the fresh bodies, we want to take a look at them. Just
Wondering if they're your lads.
examining. All
Yeah,
right.
I do check them. That's a good thing.
All right, so we'll say Adam has joined you by now. Corvus, you will be arriving in a couple. You'll be arriving in about a minute or two.
Okay.
All right. You can douse the torch for now. We'll burn them when we're done.
These ones have died were only dead from a couple of days ago. He kind of has the makeshift soldiers carry like the civilians bring them over, and they kind of just lay them down for you.
All right.
You can see that they've all got fresh stake marks, though. They actually have stakes sticking out of their chest.
Good. So, what do you think? I can do medicine. You're good at investigation. Sorry, I'll examine them like medically. You can, investigate them with a good eye, but we should wait for Corvus to get here. Sure he can help.
Sounds like a plan.
And
Corvus, you arrive.
Hey everyone.
all right,
Nothing really
if you-
special.
All right. Yeah,
What's
you grab.
what's on?
I just want to check them over before we burn them. If you wouldn't mind giving a hand, I'm gonna do a quick medical exam of all of them, and I guess Adam can just give a good once over.
Yeah.
I assume I have the highest medicine, and Adam has the highest investigation.
Okay. I'll make an investigation roll real quick.
All right.
Mhm.
And John, are you providing the help action to both of us?
Yeah. I'll help out.
Adam, roll for each individual body.
How many bodies
do-
am I checking?
4.
Okay, first one's a dirty 20.
All right, it's not your guy.
Next one's a 7.
Definitely not your guy. You can't tell.
A 6.
Can't tell.
And a 5.
You can't tell. So out of the 4 bodies that you are looking at before you, you cannot tell if they. You can tell that one of them definitely is not your teammate. You can't tell about the other 3.
All right. For my medicine checks, dirty 20, 23.
Mhm.
Another dirty 20. Another dirty 20.
No?
That's 4.
Gotcha. And
that
Adam,
fine?
Ashton, you rolled with advantage, right, on all of them?
I did not. No.
Okay, so re-roll the last 3.
Okay. Hopefully I get better rolls.
Yeah, but Gel, you know that off the medicine check, the 4 of them are not your comrades.
So for the second dude,
We're all killed by
17.
vampires?
Yes. Sorry, Adam, go.
So the second guy, 17.
Okay.
The third guy, an 11.
All right.
And the last dude, a 23.
All right. Everyone who scored a 20 on their checks can tell that the body that was attacked looks like it was killed by a sword. Looks not by like traditional bite marks. But not the 4 of them are not your teammates. They are just random citizens of the town.
Okay, I'm gonna point out the one who. So it's just one of them that got taken out by a sword?
And how many did you get 20 on?
I
Ashton-
cleared 20. I cleared 20 on all of my medicine checks.
Okay, so you can
Everything
tell
was a
that
20 or higher.
Yep, all 4 were killed with something that is equivalent to a blade.
Is that weird for vampires? Like, obviously, a bite to the neck is like the 100% a vampire thing, but vampires are are basically humanoids. A lot of them carry weapons. Is that a weird thing for them to die fighting of weapon injuries?
Who are you at? Are you asking Iro or?
No, I'm asking the DM.
In your knowledge, yeah, you've seen vampires use weapons.
Okay, yeah, that's just kind of a normal thing.
Yeah.
I'll point it out, but
Oh, yeah.
that seems like a normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one thing I'm wondering is, could the vampire threat be masking an opportunity for murder?
That is a possibility. Is there any like definitive evidence that it was a vampire?
No. One or two of the bodies maybe have bite marks on the neck, but
Can we trace the wounds for any residue of like substance? Like, for example, like silver-edged blades that we carry will presumably leave a trace of silver on the cadaver of whatever we kill. So can we kind of investigate the wounds for traces of any material?
yeah, I'll let you. Yeah, you guys can do that.
Okay.
Roll investigation.
All right.
I will provide assistance.
Thank you. Hang on, let me get my dice. I'm just washing my dishes.
All good.
I rolled
believe
a
we shall be-
17 plus 1,
Mhm.
18. And I rolled a 2 for my second one, so I'll take the 18.
All right. So with the 18, you are able to see just a slight. You're able to see that there is a little sliver of silver in each of the wounds.
Silver. And I kind of I don't know, Gel, are you able to hear a whisper?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you as well, Adam? Or I can tell you when we're not in front of prying eyes and ears, but those elves
I,
or the dark elves, silver. The I whisper that to Gal. Basically, I'm hinting
Mhm.
at they could have done this because Alara's blade is purely made of silver or is coated in
Yeah.
silver. So something this is not
Yeah.
surface levels. This is deeper.
With my medical checks, do they look? What size of blade do they look like?
Larger than a dagger. Like
What
a
But was the
sword.
weapons
dagger the
do?
only weapon? Sorry, go ahead.
What weapons uh did Felix
The
and
militia have?
Jebediah favor? And
Felix.
does the militia have silvered weapons?
No, the militia does not.
Okay. What
Felix last.
weapons did Felix and Jebediah use?
Felix last you saw him was sporting a short sword, and
Okay.
Jebediah was sporting a battle axe.
Do those look like the right size?
Yes, indeed they do.
Okay, that I'm going to wait until we're alone to say.
Hmm.
But all right.
Okay.
Well, thank you, General. We're still looking. Sorry, this is the wrong voice. Well, thank you, General. We're still looking for leads. We're going to continue about. Just want to make sure we examined any kind of thing, but it's just kind of inconclusive.
Understandable. The bodies have
Good
been
luck with tonight's
beaten.
defense, sir.
Thank you.
Let's go, boys. We got shit to do.
understood. Let's
Sir.
get it.
And you all walk off into the woods.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, but I keep an eye out for if we're being tailed or anything, like people who may
Same
follow
here.
us.
All right. Both of you roll me perception then.
Yeah.
D20.
19.
All
I
right,
got a
Corvus.
13.
Uh, 19 as well. I rolled a 14 plus
All right.
5.
You guys don't see anyone following.
Nice.
All right, I'm still going to do the same thing. Little pseudopods with mouths and ears up to them so that it is the barest of whispers. Felix and Jebediah killed those boys. You saw the silver in the wounds. Not
Yeah.
big enough to be a knife. Correct size for a short sword and a battle axe. I am positive of it. I don't know what
Do you
the
think?
fuck happened, but our boys killed them. It's
Do you think the?
possible that
Okay, go ahead.
Evan, I'm going to ask you a question about vampires to see if I know this,
Yes.
but go ahead and say your thing, John.
Do you think the vampires turned them? You know, like could they be
Yeah.
enthralled to the vampires?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's possible that our boys got charmed by these vampires and compelled into it. It's also possible that, yeah, they were bit and uh, either partially or wholly turned and then compelled to attack the town. Either way, I don't quite feel like we can trust the general and the ladies quite yet. I think I think we go to the house in the woods, quiet as we can, try to get some kind of information, try and see what we're doing. And
Yeah.
I think we
Best
do it
of.
in broad fucking daylight. I think
Oh,
we go back to
definitely.
the town for the night.
Definitely. Yeah, no, we don't want to be investigating a potential vampire coven in the dead of night. That would be suicide.
All right, and it is currently like 9 in the morning, Evan.
Yes.
Okay,
So we've got
so
plenty of day.
yeah, we'll head out to the place in the woods, and I assume that's where we'll end it.
Indeed. That is where we are going to end session 1. I would like to thank the players for coming out to play tonight. Thank you, audience, for tuning in and listening. Before we do end tonight's session, because I originally had planned to do this at a certain point in the session, but I believe Ashton has a nice little word from our sponsor for today's video, and as our continued partner with the channel, Southwind Data. Ashton, take it away.
Alrighty. Looking for reliable personalized web hosting? Well, look no further than Southwind Data. Our plans start at just $20 per month with plenty of disk space, PHP and MySQL support, and a clean ad-free environment. Southwind Data is your go-to choice. Launch your website today with Southwind Data web hosting.
Go
All right.
Southwind.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ashton, for doing the ad read. For our readers, our own website is hosted by Southwind Data. The CEO is a very nice person, and if you go and you use code WOLFPACK, you will get 15% off your first year, or first month, or first 3 months. I forgot the number, but you will get 15% off one of those 3 values. If the code does not work, also just tell him that you came from Wolfpack, and in this case, you came from the Crimson Talons campaign. Once again, I would like to thank everyone who showed up tonight. Thank you, players, for coming out to play, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time. Everyone,
Bye-bye.
have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.